I like music. Incredibox to the right. Hi.
Hey, I kind of thought maybe I should jump on and save you because you kind of looked like you're having a little too much fun there.
Oh man, my hamsters are hauling ass right now.
I thought you had rats.
Hmm?
I thought you had rats.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I mean the little ones that run
Hamster.
my computer.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like, man, too much RAM, man. What are you doing to me? It's too much. All right, let's see. Maybe I'll shut a window. So the little dudes, that was Incredibox. It's kind of fun.
huh?
Incredibox, the little beatboxing dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Doom, 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 doom.
it's kind of fun. I kind of decided to spiral, like, was it Wednesday show? Like, more musical stuff. That's fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yep.
For a while, I was mixing. I don't know if you paid any attention. If you didn't, it's okay. But I think I had trap music going on the cube, and I layered them in first, and then added to the trap, and then I thought it was pretty dope. And then I'm like, I should check and see if anybody is out there, and then I just checked Messenger, and Jeff Coy, he's like, "What are you doing, man?"
I know. I almost didn't get on. I was like, yeah, he'll have other people. There'll be other. There's always other people.
You know
And then
what
I
the
just happened
what
to
the
look
fuck
and
you
went,
playing, DJ
yeah,
Jeff?
yeah. It's like there's nobody else. And what the hell is he doing? I need to go help.
Uh, I don't mind. I was gonna put on Five Nights at Freddy, and apparently that's a scary game to play.
So I've heard.
Scary. Have you ever played it?
Nope, but I've heard it. It's scary. That's why I won't play
We should play and do like reaction video style.
it.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Do it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Uh, let's see. Let me see if I can find it. What do they call it? FNAF. 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 5 minutes
Oh
of
yeah,
Freddy.
finance Freddy.
So, what have you been up to? What's going on?
Just full week. Shit on my plate, and now I'm having some issues with my son, and I'm going to strangle him.
Wait, we having issues with who?
My kid.
What's he doing?
So,
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to be
it's okay.
specific, but
I know he's having some issues, and he's told me a little bit, but I get 1 or 2 line of text for every like week and a half, and that's not like him. And finally nailed him down to he'll call me at 9 tonight after work, and I still haven't heard from him. And I tried texting and calling, and he's not answering. So Rich has been talking me down off the ledge of going to get in my truck and driving 5 hours in the middle of the night to go whoop his ass.
yeah, I definitely know the instinct to do that.
Yep,
So,
I know. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I'm trying.
adults make adult choices.
I
Sometimes
know.
adults aren't ready to communicate effectively.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to put the invitation out there and just wait for them to come through that door.
That door's going to be opened by his daddy when I call him tomorrow. He's had enough time. Now mama's coming in.
Quit fucking with your mom asleep. Let's see. FNAF. reaction videos the other day. I enjoyed them. Just want to say that.
Yeah, they were fun.
I went around, I started watching some reaction videos online, and it was I found an African American gentleman who was born and raised in the hood, and since taken who was self-reflective, took some responsibility, was trying to be he's trying to be like a better man. He's trying to use even better vocabulary, understand more things about the world and what's going on. This was his pitch, or at least what I got watching him. So he started watching like what's the conservative young black girl who everybody gets pissed off at? What's her name? Candace Owens. She was watching like Candace Owens videos and whatnot. And he's like, this stuff, like she is a lightning rod for my community. Trust me. I feel guilty just watching, but I want to watch and see why everybody gets all upset. And most of the time he was like, dang, like she's actually pretty compelling. Like, I don't know why everybody is told to hate her. She basically, her point of view is black people have just as much opportunity as white people, and pull yourself up, wipe yourself off, get educated, do what you need to do. And stop taking government money and government subsidies to live your shittiest life. That's basically it. And she grew up poor and with nothing, and then now she's kind of, forefront for self-reliance. And yeah, so for the most part, he was just like, he'd watch her debate somebody. He's like, she's really sharp, actually. She's got a point of view, and she's kind of hard to prove wrong. And then he kind of like looking around like, we get in trouble. Then I thought, well, we should do that. We should watch black people debate and comment on them ourselves, because I think our perspective, we should actually watch a black person reacting to two black people on opposite ends of the political spectrum having a debate, and then we can comment on his commentary on their debate. I thought, who doesn't want to see prototypical white people commenting on black people's commentary on black people? Because I think that would make it like good for everyone. That won't be divisive or nothing. What do you think? Is it dangerous?
You think?
But the thing is, like, kind of like the first 9 people that I ever terminated from my corporate job. You remember those stories?
Yes.
I believe I was telling you those stories, as a matter of fact. Oh yeah, I was telling you. Okay, I remember. I was like, why was I in an Asian food market talking to you about this stuff? But I wasn't. I enjoyed that so much that the next day I was at this Asian food market listening to us have that conversation. So I just had a memory of, I'm like, I don't think Rebecca's gonna be happy if I'm all on the phone with Missy for 3 hours while I'm grocery shopping.
Yeah, probably not.
But I wasn't. You were in my ears
Okay.
because we were on the show. That was different.
Uh,
I don't know. I think I'm onto something there. We're gonna blow up on YouTube.
oh boy, for one way or another.
I don't know what we're gonna call it, but something catchy like how about black rednecks and white, wait, no, hold on, queers. Sorry, I didn't, not my queer daughter, she queer. Dr. Thomas Sowell has a book called White Rednecks and Black Liberals. What's it called? I'm gonna look that up now. I just listened to it the other day. Do you know who Dr. Thomas Sowell is?
Nope.
He's old as fuck. He's an old man now, but he's a economist. I I think he went to Columbia, got his degree in economics. He was a very liberal, like almost communist sort of guy. He was raised in the South by his like auntie, and you know, no shoes, dirty. Should have not ever made anything of his life if he was listening to what he was told. And he went to college, had a degree, got his degree in economics, and then upon studying economics in college, he realized that economics and race is everything, and that race and culture is really what fuels economics of the world. And it's about what does each group bring to the table that the other one can't, and then how do they influence each other. So anyways, this stuff is really good. So he went from being this commie liberal kind of guy to, upon studying race and culture and economics, understanding that racism really wasn't the big thing that everybody said it was, and that the biggest issue he saw was that the data that was being put forth by those who wanted to influence your opinion would show these economic disparities and these opportunity disparities that weren't really real. He's like, you have to measure things. If you're going to measure things accurately, you have to report them also. You can't just take whatever segment of the rules you like and say, look, this proves X. Well, how does that apply to every other race within it over time? You can't just say young black males 18 to 29 make this much money, and then white males make this much money when you're measuring them from 18 to 75. Because across that scale, it's obviously you're going to make more money over time. It's natural, everybody does. Mm-hmm. So the liberals and progressives hate him because he's black and he's conservative and he's logical and he can prove everything he says. And he he says racism is something that's perpetuated by the intellectuals and the politicians who stand to gain something from it. Because I can prove otherwise, 100%. Oh. And the economics of this is actually really interesting. He said those who grow up, those who live in the hood, in the ghetto, so to speak, and act a certain way and speak a certain way and perpetrate violence on each other, they came from the areas in the South where rednecks were also prominent. They were the slaves who were living with the rednecks. So they took on that culture. They have the same culture. It's more of a culture of violence, more of a culture, like think of hillbillies. He's like, those who live like that were assimilated that culture. They went from being African slaves to assimilating, because multiple generations obviously being born around rednecks. The intellectuals and the ones who become politicians and judges and all that other stuff, they're either from the West Indies, which had a different slave experience, or they're from the northern states. So he could show you, like, it's not about your race, it's really about your culture. It's where you were raised. Right. And then it makes sense. Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy because it's scientific. Mm-hmm. Love this guy. So I like to cite him to say, like, I have a black friend. You know how people do? Yeah. I have a black friend, so I can't be racist. I'm like, I read Thomas Sowell's books, so I can't be racist. For some reason,
I used to say, I'm the racist person in this world, but my best friend's a black man. Pops, how does that work then?
I used to get away with.
Never explain it.
I used to get away with because my wife's Mexican. It got me out of a lot, especially when I was talking shit about Mexicans.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, no. First off, it's not a race. They're white. Okay. Same race. It's a culture. We go ahead and call up my Mexican wife and ask her if what I said was true. Hi, Mrs. Adams. Is it true that Mexicans are never on time? She's like, I was supposed to be there a half hour ago.
I think my mom must have part Mexican in her then.
She hasn't left it. I told you so. What happened? What happened? Oh, there we go. I think I did it right. Yeah, I did. All right. I was gonna pee in a bottle right here. Do you mind?
Jesus.
Um,
Turn your sound off. I don't want to hear it.
now I have to pee more because I was imagining this now. It's awful. Show spot. So, are you hot?
It is always warm in here in the evenings.
Are you in the attic?
No. Used to be the garage though, so it's not insulated right.
Pause. Sorry, I'm hearing things that you're not hearing. So
I'm hearing that. It's okay.
Yeah, bitch, magnets. I can't hold it.
Okay, go.
See if I can get it done in 90 seconds. Oh, I'm sure I can. Oh, so much hydration today. Oh, I had to compute.
One-handed even, huh? I saw that hand go off.
Okay. All right. Shelf Help Show Saturday special edition. Along with great music DJ'd by yours truly, we're going to observe Black people in their natural environment and comment on it to see if we can, learn more and be more culturally sensitive. That's Missy's idea, not mine. I'm going to invite anybody who thinks that's a good idea to go ahead and join the show. And
please, someone come
because
in.
I have to urinate. 90 seconds is on the clock. Here we go.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Emotional damage.
Keep your damn mouth shut.
Guess who?
Who is this?
I'm him, Jeff.
Step bro.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor.
Get out! Get the fuck out!
Handle the truth.
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Hello?
Oh my God!
Hey.
I'm off the deep end.
And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Shelf Help Show, everyone. That was the old intro.
Oh. All right. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Feel better?
I needed that. Hold on. Ooh.
Oh no. no, 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 no.
A thick one.
Oh, Jesus.
Smells like the number 36.
36.
Ah. So what's with the weather?
What's your
Oh,
guys' weather
warm and
like?
shit. It's been a weird season. It's been a weird year out here in the old Pueblo specifically.
Too.
I have crickets that have survived in my house because of the abnormal amount of rain that we had. Abnormal. The crickets, I probably had 10 million crickets living in my
Yeah.
backyard. I actually got to the point where late last summer, which summer in Tucson goes from like May to like October 31st. But I was pouring gasoline carefully onto piles of weeds that had a million crickets in them.
Ooh,
just to exterminate them.
wow.
So of course they get in the house and they breed in the house. Apparently they eat spiders or something. I don't know. I know they don't eat me, but I just know I don't want to hear them.
Yeah, they're annoying as fuck.
I don't mind them walking by. My kids don't even mind them walking by. They're like, whatever. When I had a cat, the cat would eat them. But now they're just
Hanging out.
there's some fucker that's over in my kitchen somewhere. I have used 4 bottles of fucking Raid. Yeah, can't get that one dead. I will spray so much that they come out of the woodwork. I didn't even know they were there, like smaller ones, and they just die in the middle of the floor. And I'm like, okay, where's the one that's making the noise?
Yeah.
I think it's behind my cupboards, but I sprayed behind my cupboards because it's an old ass house, so they're not exactly flush with the wall
Right.
perfectly anymore. But I'm like, I had to take the rats out of the house just so I could spray the fuck out of my kitchen to try and kill this goddamn cricket. I have played cricket deterrent noises. I have played these fucking sine waves and these frequencies. And I found one on YouTube that actually made them shut the fuck up for a while. But that noise apparently upset all the dogs in the neighborhood. Obviously, my rats were not comfortable being in the house because that's a 600-watt Bose system that I'm playing it out of. So it was,
Right.
it was fuck. But I'm like, that doesn't bother me. Neighbors are coming by. They're like, is it you? Is it you? I'm like, what? You can hear that?
Oh.
That's so strange. Did the crickets leave your house too?
Yeah, we used to never have crickets here. We don't have them in the house, but we have them in the backyard. Because when I moved here, my empty boxes, when I unpacked, got put in the backyard for a day.
Yeah, and then
And I guess there was a little cricket in there that has now populated the backyard 5 years later.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. My dad's like, I have never seen a cricket here till like literally you brought them. Better than a cockroach, I guess.
Dude.
And they're not in the house, so shut up.
I scream at the cricket. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You scream loud enough, it'll stop for a minute.
Yeah. In Arizona, I used to have one in my bathroom, which was in my, like, it was an ensuite. And so the wall that ran into the bathroom was the headboard of my bed.
Yeah.
And when it would get just to that point, I would just bang on the wall and it would stop for a few minutes. So I just literally just bang, bang, bang all fucking night banging on this wall. I'm like, I swear to God, I'm by myself and I'm not having sex, but it's going to sound like it because I'm banging on the wall.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah,
Hey.
I've screaming. I used every household product I had in my house first. I found that they did not like bleach. If you can get them in an enclosed space. I even have mothballs. And I put mothballs. That's just pure poison too. But it smells nice.
Right.
They definitely did not like ammonia. I was able to kill some. And then I read a good deterrent for crickets is chili powder. Like take like crushed red chili and then boil it. And then boil it and boil it and boil it. Basically, just get the capsaicin out of it, and then cool it, strain it, put it into a spray bottle, dilute it a little bit with water and a little bit of dish soap, which will make it stick to them, and then spray all around with this chili oil. Well, I did it the way they said. Didn't fucking matter. Then I used habaneros. I took 20 habaneros, boiled those motherfuckers down until I
I knew you didn't eat all of those.
No. I still have them in the freezer. Like 20 habaneros. I'm like, I was snotting making the fucking thing to deter crickets. And like a couple crickets, like they apparently didn't like it. Then I'm walking barefoot through the kitchen to get something to drink, and I go back to bed, and my toe starts burning. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with my
those
toe?
fucking habaneros,
I
man.
was on fire. Fucking crickets. God, hi Jeff. What's up, buddy? Hi,
I
buddy.
thought we were talking about women here for a minute there. You know how to get rid of women.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just
Crickets.
they're like bugs. I spray them with chili oil.
Spray them with chili oil. Put some mothballs in there. You're good.
I'm sorry, Rebecca. I'm sorry, girl. Tap twice if you need help.
Are you holding her in your closet? What are you doing, dude? Is she the gimp right now?
Don't wait.
Release the gimp. Tap twice. What's going on here? What is it?
She's safe.
Is it like this? What was it?
What are you talking about?
Gimp?
No, the sign for I need help.
Oh, is it like something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, like
1, 2, 3.
yeah, I make that sign when I'm driving down the street.
By yourself?
Hi.
I see women, I do that, and then I see bikers, I'm like this, you know. So, you know, you gotta throw two on the road. Keep 2 on the road. You in my trunk. You keep 2 on the road. And I was like, you're friends with everyone. I'm like, I know, right? No, I'm a creep. It's totally different. They don't know we're friends. Look, I'm a middle-aged man who rode a motorcycle for 2 months. No.
Get one of those.
Chili
How are
oil.
you, Jeff? I haven't seen you in forever.
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys.
No, that's okay.
No,
Go ahead. You had
we
an
interrupted
idea.
you. Sorry.
I even, in order to get rid of the goddamn crickets, turn my oven up to 550 fucking degrees, open the door, sealed
Invited them in. What
seal the
fuck?
fucking room off. Well, it's like a curtain. It's a cloth curtain. Close the curtain. Left the 550-degree oven open in the kitchen. Came out here. I was like, luckily I forgot about it after a while. And I'm working, and I'm like starting to sweat, and it wasn't warm yet. And I'm like, whew, I wonder why I'm sweating. And then I look up, and it's like smoky in the house. I'm like, oh, I should probably get batteries in those fire detectors there. Smoke detectors.
That would help.
They didn't do their job. They didn't warn me. Hey, guess what? You're gonna die. That's what carbon monoxide tastes like. It's nice.
It tastes like nothing.
The cricket got quiet, and I was like, I killed it. It was like 200 degrees in that room. Fuck you. So open the back door, front door, and yeah, eat your.
Yeah.
What was it?
Fucking hate it.
Are you hot, Missy?
Yeah.
It's
It's always hot in my room.
You want me to get her hotter?
No. No. That's not fair anymore. It was fair when I was single and it didn't matter, and I'm not, and he's far away, so it's not fair anymore.
You got a little boyfriend now?
A little boyfriend? I have a boyfriend, yes.
Oh, yeah. Good
My
for
boyfriend's
you.
big.
What do you say, Jeffrey?
My boyfriend's big.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend's little. His name is Dick. We call him Diggy. Or Dick.
Dick Johnson.
His name's
Rich.
Rich.
Richie Dick.
I did tell
Richard
him that you,
Johnson,
guys,
my cousin.
that you called him Daddy Dick the other day, and he thought that was quite hilarious.
You like
I was
Daddy
like-
Dick?
You called him
I said-
Daddy Dick?
I
That's
said,
awesome.
now I think I'm not talking to you too for a day, so I just won't talk to nobody.
Yeah, I gave him the moniker Daddy Dick because she hates the term daddy from a
Previous.
sexual perspective, I guess.
Yeah,
Just
previous
for
thing.
that, yeah.
She's not like that. She likes master.
No, master.
Yeah, she does.
But I did call him sir the other day.
Ooh.
And then
Well,
went-
close enough.
And then I went, what the fuck did I just do? Oh,
Close
shit.
enough.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
shit. I
Yes,
did.
sir.
I was like, well, yes, sir.
Ooh, she got
Um,
wet when she said that.
He's like, nope. He caught it. Damn it. I was hoping he'd just miss it.
Daddy Dick was like, yeah, baby, that's right.
Daddy Dick. I like that name.
I would change
Thought
my
it
name
was
to
pretty
Richard
funny.
just to have that moniker.
Just to have DD, Daddy Dick.
Hey, this is my life mate, Daddy Dick. So, how you doing?
Hi, what's your name? My name's Daddy Dick.
Bitch is talking about over here.
He's in Pennsylvania, but if I ever were to be able to get him on, that would be his name down below.
Daddy Dick.
That'd be awesome.
All right, let's do
Daddy
it.
Dick.
I vote for yes. Daddy Dick on the show. He took a BDSM test in order
It was
to
funny.
pass muster with myself. Basically myself. Basically me, yeah.
And John, you and
And
John.
And John.
It was funny because he watched the first
That's where,
time he watched.
that's where I heard sexual ninja from fucking Koi. He took that on. I'm like a ninja. I'm in and out. Nobody knows.
Yeah, in and out. Yeah.
Goddamn right.
The first time he watched the show, it was one where I told the guys that we were dating, and Jeffrey just says, "Did you have him take the BDSM test?" And I went, "No, of course not." I waked up the next morning to his results in my messenger, going, "Oh, I watched your show last night."
Changing lives.
Changing
lives.
lives,
Holy
man. Look at
shit.
you. It
he's
really
like,
is the self-help show.
Right? Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. You're getting help somehow. I don't
That's
know. How.
right. It
Well, I
doesn't matter if
found
it's the
out-
help you need.
I found out I like to put a pickle jar in my ass. I didn't know that before. Thanks, Jeff. That is not on the test though. I'm just
Hey,
trying to
did
figure out where
you
that
read those Walmart comments that I showed you today, dude?
I don't remind me.
I sent you a thing about it's like, oh, this is Sam. She's our employee of the month at Walmart, and like the comments that there was like 36,000 comments below about how like Sam saved the world. It's like, oh, I remember going to Walmart and seeing Sam, and she showed me the pool section so I could baptize all the people in the county and stuff. It was fucking
Oh my
hilarious,
gosh.
dude. Fucking hilarious.
You dropped that in Messenger? That's not.
Yeah, I dropped that in
that's not
Messenger.
the video with the
No, that's not. Oh no, I didn't drop that to you. I dropped it to Becky.
sanitary napkin.
Sorry. I
on
dropped
your
it to
neck.
Becky, not to you. Let me see. I was in a hurry. I'll fucking drop it to you. It's fucking hilarious. In fact, I'll just tag you in the comments. It's fucking
Cool, cool.
funny.
I don't know. What do I have to look in order for that to show up? If it's not my inbox, I'm probably not going to find it.
Nah, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be.
I
Just on
forget that I have
Facebook.
Instagram. I'll be like, I sent that to you. I'm like, where? I don't see it. It's in Instagram. I'm like, I have that.
Insta what?
Oh, I have 2 of them. Oh, okay. I forgot.
I found
I
my
have 18
saying.
unread.
I found my saying today. It got sent to me, and I never thought these little, the little cards that have just a saying on them for Facebook or whatever. I never thought one was like specifically for me. I found mine. Someone wrote this for me. Dare paranoid people who check behind the shower curtain for murders. If you do find one, what's your plan? I read that and went, I don't fucking have a plan. What the fuck? Because I check my shower curtain every time.
That's hilarious. Yeah. With Lisa, I knew that depending on the type of show that we watched, like if it was suspenseful or if it was going to be supposed to be a thriller, but it was a little more intense, I would just get up in the middle of it, like, be right back. And I just go open the shower curtain open the closet door or close it. Which one do you? She wants the closet door closed, the shower curtain open.
Yep.
Is that the right order?
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless you just take your closet doors off, then it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did.
And
The
there's no place to hide.
shower curtain has to stay open for sure. But I still have to move it and look. And I have a stall, so it's not like a bathtub.
Mhm.
Like if they're not there, they're not there. But I still have to move it and look.
Do I look?
I know.
Do I look more serious when I have a pipe?
So you start coughing.
Not inhaling. I think Jeff Coy and I smoked pipes back in the day.
We did. We smoked your dad's pipe back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
We found your dad's pipe and we're like, yeah, let's try this. So your dad had a cherry wood tobacco, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty fucking tasty. And then we smoked my dad's pipe. My dad had a corncob pipe, like a fucking Popeye pipe.
Yep.
Then we used to go in the backwoods and smoke cigarettes in the little. Who's there?
Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Hello.
Then we used to go in the backwoods up by your house and smoke cigarettes back in the fields there.
Fuck
Little
yeah.
cigarette butts, like this big.
Find them at Vaughn's. This one has lipstick. It's fine.
Doesn't matter.
It's brown. It's a more.
This one's got a little bit left. Light that shit.
What? Oh man, the Moors and the Capris. That generation of women who all died of emphysema had the best cigarettes.
They did, man. Moors and Capris. Shit, my ex-wife used to smoke Capris. Them little thin ass
Little
cigarettes.
skinny, yeah. Yeah.
I would trade with Bob Richardson. Had a girlfriend for a little while. She was like a rockabilly tattooed chicken, but she smoked those. I was like, what are you doing? Like you're like a beast of a woman. You're like 6 foot, like 220, tattoos. I think she used to peg him, but anyway, she was a cool chick. She's like, she gets a little cigarette. Like, it makes you look bigger when you're smoking a tiny cigarette, right? Like
little ass
your hand
cigarette.
looks
Yep.
huge.
I tried one time and I was like, what is the point?
Right.
I don't get it.
Right. And then she break the filter off and then smoke it. I'm like, why do you do that? She's like, because not enough draw. I'm like, get bigger cigarettes.
Yeah.
Try a Marlboro. See how that fits.
Here, let me smoke mine. Hold on. Yep, not enough draw.
Yeah. I'd trade. I'm like, let me have some of your vagina slimes over there. Come here.
China Slims.
I'll take a vagina slime. Come here. And
Oh, man, always the old ladies about that shit too. And when I was at Albertsons, it was always like 70 and up. Let me get a pack of Virginia Slims menthol. Holy shit, your eyes are white.
you look like the devil.
Look at Haley.
Good job. Jesus Christ. That made me nervous.
Give me a second.
Whoa!
Stranger shit is happening on the show, I'll tell you what.
Awesome.
Oh my God. We should tell some fucking ghost stories. I'll just go big on the screen.
Damn.
Just stay
Look
there.
at Haley, dude.
Stay there. Let's see.
That's the anti-Haley.
That's Hannah.
Oh,
So
Hannah.
okay.
Haley's my niece. Sorry.
Well, I do have a Haley too, so we were close.
Sorry.
All right.
50-50
So
shot.
quick ghost.
It was an H, god damn it.
Ghosts. So somebody once told me that this house was haunted. It was actually my daughter's. We brought a Ouija board here before I moved in, and we sat in the back room, and they did a little Ouija seance. And I said, "You guys are full of shit. There's no such thing." And they said, "Yeah, well, they're doing the Ouija board, and it starts moving." I'm like, psychopaths. I don't like this stuff. I've seen some darkness before.
Mhm.
And they're cruising along and they're like, "Are you in this house?" "Yes." "Are you dangerous?"
No.
"No." "What's your name?" "Roy." ROY. And
It's kind of a lame name for a ghost.
Roy sounds perfect for a house that was built in
What's up, Roy?
1945, right?
Yeah.
A house built in 45
true
sounds
that,
like
true.
Roy's.
First, it couldn't be like Bartholomew. They had to spell out, come on.
Well, that's true, but how did they pick Roy? We don't know anybody named Roy. That's the part I was kind of like, Yeah,
That is some creepy ass shit.
dudes who were
Insane.
born in 1920 were named Roy, right?
Ew.
Roy and Dale.
Ever tell you about ghost stories from Virginia?
And Bud. Mm-mm.
When I was in Virginia, stationed in the Marines, we were living in a haunted apartment. It was an apartment, but we were close enough to a Civil War cemetery that crazy shit happened, dude.
Like what?
The craziest shit was multiple times, not just once, but multiple times. We'd be sitting there, or we'd be doing something. Me and my roommate Abdul, we just doing something, and all of a sudden we hear the doorknob jiggling, and we're like, "The fuck!" So we open the door, and it's one of our neighbors, like different neighbors every time too. But they were like, "Oh shit! I thought this was my house. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." And they leave. It's like, the fuck? And then one time I used to work.
Houses
I
look
used,
the same?
yeah.
Was it like row houses?
No, it's just a whole bunch of. It was an apartment complex. We were at the very bottom. We're apartment 100, in fact, very bottom, right at the front. And like people try to get in our apartment, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, this was my place. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here." It's just like, but it happened more than once.
That's
Yeah. And then one time I came home from work. I used to work a second shift after getting out of the Marines. I would go to a second shift at Video World when we had video stores. And I would work until 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. And one night I got home at like 2 in the morning, and I go into my my room, and it's pitch black, and I didn't turn on any lights. I was trying to not wake my roommate up. So it's like pitch black. I get in my room and I can't see shit, and I'm tripping over shit. And I go, I said this out loud. I go, "Fuck, man, I wish I would have left the lights on." And the lights came on in my room.
Shut the fuck up.
Came the fuck on. And I went, "Thank you. Thank you." Because I didn't know what the fuck to do. When the lights came on in my room, I'm like, thank you. Appreciate that.
Maybe you had an early Alexa.
Maybe.
Alexa.
Maybe this
Turn
was
on the flashing lights.
1997. So maybe. What the ghost didn't like 311. You put on anything in the CD player and it would play it, but any CD from 311, it would ruin it, scratch it. Steve,
Wow.
ask Steve Hewlett. Steve Hewlett was there. He's the one who liked 311. He's the one who put it in there, and it didn't like 311. It would take our laundry out of the dryer and scatter across the floor. That only happened once. It was weird. And then the cat would go crazy.
Was your laundry shared by the apartment complex, or was
Nope,
it
it was in our apartment. We had a washer dryer. And then what was the other thing? The cat would go crazy. Like the cat would just start going crazy. Abdul's cat would just start going crazy, and we're like, "The ghost is here." There was something else too. I forget what it was, but yeah.
it's a long story. Was there sodomy ever?
Nope, can't say there was sodomy. Oh, one time I was in the shower.
Oh, there was sodomy.
Yeah, it was kind of sodomy. And
how'd the shampoo bottle get in your butt?
The water,
yeah,
damn it, the water went cold, butt ass cold.
Yeah.
And I looked over. I was doing my hair or whatever at the time. I looked over at the thing. It was turned all the way to cold. So I opened up the shower curtain, and my door was closed and locked. And I went, "What the fuck?" So I went out and asked my roommate. I go, "How'd you get in there and fuck with me?" He's like, "What are you talking about?" I go, "My water went butt ass cold, dude. How did you do that?" Because my door was locked, and I even checked it afterwards, and it was locked. He's like, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about."
Like if it just ran out of hot water, that would be
No.
But you're
like
saying
the
knob was
dial,
turned.
the dial was turned all the way to cold.
That's wild.
That was the other one. That was about it. We had a prankster ghost. We didn't have a poltergeist. We had a prankster ghost.
Yeah. I didn't have pranksters.
No.
I had ominous things that needed my attention or didn't like me. Yeah. Missy had a visitation from a recently deceased friend.
No shit.
Like
Hi, Hannah.
very recent.
4 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours?
Well, yeah, he
You want to
Took
tell
his
your
life,
story?
and-
My story is really long. I don't want to retell it.
Yeah,
She's like,
mine wasn't that long.
Tell him the dead baby story.
Wait, dead baby. Wait,
well,
wait,
baby
wait.
ghost.
What?
That's not my story.
Yours
Your
is not
story.
one. No. Hannah was over
Oh,
here in
you
my
want me
ear.
to tell? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd had an ex. We had become friends after we broke up, and unfortunately, he took his own life. And I got the call at 2:36 in the morning, and after I woke up and realized what had happened, I walked out in the living room to sit, because obviously I wasn't going back to sleep. And he was there, and he paced in my living room for 4 hours, and I felt like he kept trying to, like, he didn't make any noise. I couldn't understand anything, but he kept trying to convey something, and I couldn't get it. And right when I was married at the time, and my son was about 2.5, 3. And so right when they were starting to wake up, he kind of gave me this one last, like, pleading, like, just understand what I'm trying to say, And I said, "You're sorry. You didn't mean it, huh? You're sorry." And he was like, "Yes." And then he was gone. I've smelled him since then. He's caused me to not be in a head-on collision twice, because I took my foot off the gas when I would smell him, surprised.
Holy crap.
And I always feel him around me. He always gives me comfort when I'm stressed or worried. I always feel him, like, on my shoulder, touching, like, my shoulders. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Intense, huh? Yeah, that
It
one
took
touches.
me 20 years to not wake up at 2:36 every fucking morning.
2:36. You even know the time.
I even knew the time, because I woke up at that time every single day, every single morning for 20 years. And but it didn't click why. And when I started going through the grief and stuff, oh, that's when I woke up with the phone call. That would make sense. So now I don't do it. I still do it sometimes, but I don't do it every day anymore. So yeah, trippy.
That's wild.
It's funny. I think you mentioned this, Jeff, too. Like, after me, you and John told our stories, how our own stories don't affect us as much. Because I don't, you're going like, it's wild, and just like, oh my gosh. And I've told this story a few times now.
Right.
And each time I'm just like, what? It's not that huge of a thing for me.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Your story trips me out. Your story gives me nightmares.
Mine did?
No, his. Jeffrey's.
What Jeffrey got?
You can do a scaled
Do-
down version if you can.
Yeah, I mean, there's pacing and timing that really just drives it home.
I know you can't.
But since I just labeled it, there's a little bit of a clue, right? But all right, so I'll just narrow it down.
Let's do it.
We first moved to Tucson. The apartment we moved into was ominous and dark and awful, and we weren't allowed to talk about it because Lisa was very, very receptive to things, and her belief is that if you acknowledge the things that are happening, they will then know to pay closer attention to you. So yeah, so we move into this apartment, and she, like, within like 3 weeks, she like left to go back to San Diego to just hang out with her mom because she didn't want to be there. So a plethora of things happened, but the one that's probably stood out the most, which inspired me to buy a house within 4 weeks of moving here, because I had to get the fuck out of that place, was Hunter was about 18 months old, and we didn't use the second bedroom in the apartments. We just had him sleep with us in the master. So we had a couch in there because we had an extra couch. People were like, "Bon voyage, take our garbage with you to Arizona," or I mean, you might need another couch. So we had a couch in the master. So yeah, sometimes Hunter would fall asleep up there, but I'd always have to take him down because we didn't want him to fall, because the couch was actually very tall. Like, it was tall enough that even a toddler, he had to swing his ass around and come down backwards in order to get off it. So So one night, I never really slept very well there at all. But one night I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like facing the couch, and then so my eyes, I kind of look around and I see Hunter had fallen asleep on the couch. So I'm like, Hunter, come on. Like, Hunter, come down, get in bed with mommy and daddy. And so I see him move and, kind of wiggle his butt around. And I'm like, come on, buddy, come on. I'll get you. Come on, I'll catch you. And so he kind of turns around. He turns around, like acknowledges me. I'm like, come on. And he backs off the couch, like per usual. Dunk. And he turns around and he's just standing there. I may be like just arm's length away from him. I'm like, come on, let's go to bed. Come on. And he's not moving. He's just like staring at me. Like very still. Hunter's not a very still person. He never was. I mean, he is now. He's an adult, but he was a hyperactive fetus, So he was mugging and grinning or something at all times. So like, come on. And he's just standing there and he's just standing there just staring. So I'm like, what's wrong? But and now my focus is getting better, and I realize like the shape of his face is wrong. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, that's not Hunter. I'm obviously looking at not Hunter. And it's very disorienting, because why else would they have a fucking, he's my kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Hunter? And he kind of leans forward, staring. I'm like, that's not Hunter. And my fucking heart rate just, I start to fucking panic. I look over my shoulder real quick. Hunter's asleep in between us. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And I look back and he starts to move at me now. And I fucking turn on the light. It's fucking like, I don't know. I'm trying to protect Lisa and Hunter. I don't know what the fuck is happening in the light. And then it was gone. So I was like, oh my fucking God. What happened? That's insane. And I knew I wasn't dreaming because a bunch of other shit had happened up at that point. So I'm just like, wow, we need to get the fuck out of this place. So we wound up buying a house. I think when I put my deposit down, it was like $50 security deposit. First month free. Something like that. So when the renewal came up, I wrote my first month's rent and gave my we're fucking leaving notice at the same time. That's how quick we were out.
Damn.
So we closed on this house. So I worked at Geico, was literally across the street. That's why we use those apartments. And I was in the service department. I've been with this team now for probably about 3 or 4 months. And moved away. Everything was happy. And they gave me somebody to mentor to, like a coach, so I can mentor him to become a supervisor. His name was Courtney Batiste.
His name, Courtney?
His name is Courtney, yeah. And Courtney was a Tucson native. Most of all of us in the group were not. There's like 3 natives out of like a dozen. It's a very transient state.
Yeah.
So I was like, you're black and you're from Tucson? Like, what? No, the black people here are from Atlanta. Like, they're very southern. Very strange. It's like 6% of the population out of 1 million are black in Tucson.
Okay.
So I remember I would tease him about that. Like, look, get in this picture. Everyone's gonna think I'm the coolest dude in Tucson. I got one. He's my friend. He goes, oh no, master, actually I work for you. And I'm like, stop. He's like, stupid. This is my street cred. It's true. Courtney, he married a ginger pale, freckled ginger. And I was like, he's dark, like the darkness behind me, darker than that. I was like, what are your babies gonna look like? They just look like me. Like, what do you get when you mix the whitest of white and the blackest of black? He goes, yeah, probably you. Yeah, they look like me. Years later. That's how you made me. I was wondering how I got this wiener. So anyways, he's my coach. Got a dozen people on the team. And I'm going over, teaching them how to do dependability, paperwork, attendance, FMLA, whatever. And I hear my team, someone starts telling a ghost story. So I was like, I don't believe in ghosts. And I hear them chattering away, and they're supposed to be taking calls. It's a call center. So, being the responsible boss, I was like, guys, you guys can tell ghost stories is fine, but just make sure keep your hold times and your call work and go ahead, just have fun. Just don't be loud. Like, really? I'm like, yeah, go ahead, have fun. He's like, wow, that's really nice. That's why people like working for you. Like, well, they're not working for me, they're working for themselves. So fuck. Let's hit the goals and have fun. So it's fine. He's like, all right, write that down. Hit the goals and have fun. So we're working, and I'm listening just out of the corner, a little bit here and there. Everyone's telling me little stories, and it goes on. There's 13 people on the team, so it took a few hours for everyone to get through theirs. And in the back of my head, I'm like, I have a ghost story, but I'm not gonna fucking tell it. I'm not gonna interrupt anybody. It's not about me. So, so they all get done, and they're like, hey, Jeff, what about you? Do you have a ghost story? I'm like, no, not really. I don't believe in ghosts. And they're like, oh, lame. And Courtney's like, I have a ghost story. I said, oh, cool. Okay. You can take my spot. You can tell a ghost story. I said, as a matter of fact, you guys were really good for the last 3 hours. Sign out meeting. I'll tell the command center. You guys are being trained. I said, you have 15 minutes or less to tell your story.
15 minutes or less, Geico.
So I'm like, 15 minutes training. So everybody gathers around, and I'm like, I'm going to multitask. So I'll listen to you from here. Okay. He's like, okay. So he starts telling the story. He's like, when I was a little kid, me and my little brother, we were like less than a year and a half apart. We would, sometimes my mom would leave us home when she'd go to work, because we never really knew my dad. He was just kind of out of the picture. So it was just mom. So sometimes she'd have to leave us home, and we would have to promise that we wouldn't get into bad things, and we would call if something bad happened or we wanted to do something. And we couldn't tell the neighbors that we were there. He said, so we're home, summertime, all day, and we're playing. And he's like, we were playing like soldiers, and we're running around shooting each other and whatnot. He goes, and we shared a bedroom. We had bunk beds. And he says, oh, my brother Steven goes running in the bedroom, and I'm gonna chase him down, and I'm gonna grenade launcher, and I'm gonna and he goes in, and he goes up the bunk to the top bunk. He goes up, and I come in. I can't see him, but I heard him go up, so I'm hunting him down, and I'm like, Steven, come out. I hit you with a grenade. And he's like, he's under the covers. I can see him under the covers. And I'm like, come out. You're dead. And like, let's go. And I can see him like up there. It's like on the left side. And I'm like, I can see you, stupid. Come out from the covers. And all of a sudden he pops up from the right side. And he is white. He goes, and for us, we don't turn white. We can't even suntan or sunburn. This is him. He's like, he looked like something was wrong. And I was like, Steven, what's going on? Steven, come down. And he goes, I can't. Why? He goes, he wouldn't look, but he's just pointing to where I thought he was. He goes, I can't do it. He's like, come down. He's like, I can't. So I'm looking at the lump, and starts to sit up a little more, and the blanket comes off, and there's a little white baby just there, like maybe 2 years old, maybe less.
Fuck.
Steven is afraid he can't move.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, just come down. He's like, I'm scared. Just come down. So it's like, let's go. He goes, I start throwing stuff at the white baby, and he kind of bolts off the top bunk, just like boom. And we go running, screaming out of the house, like out, like wah. And we go running to the neighbor's house, and we're banging on the door. We're running to the other neighbor's house, banging on the door. Help us, help us, help us, help us. No one answers. We go back in the house. We think maybe, I don't know, maybe that wasn't real, but we should probably find the white baby. He goes, we go in and go down the hallway, and we look inside, and it's still there on the bunk. And it spins its legs around, and it starts coming down backwards.
Nope.
Looking over its shoulder, it turns around and looks at us. We're like, hey, how did you get in here?
Hey, little baby, with the back.
And it leaned forward, and then it started to come at us fast.
Nope.
We slammed the door, ran back out, screaming hysterically now. Neighbors come out. What's going on? What's going on? And we don't know. Like, we're just trying to explain it. Like, there's a white baby. I don't know how it got there. They were just hysterical. So they called the cops, call emergency services, call my mom. Now we're getting in trouble. We're only 7 and 8 years old.
Yeah, done.
So they come, they go through the apartment. They can't find anything. They start knocking on all the other ones. Anybody missing a child? Like, they went the whole complex. Everybody, nobody's missing a kid. And so it was really, it was awful. Mom comes home. Mom comes home. She didn't get in trouble for us. But from then on, we were really scared of our room, because sometimes it would be in there. And so it wasn't a missing baby. It lived there. It would be in the closet sometimes. It would come up. It liked to always go to the top bunk. So me and Steven just started sleeping on the bottom bunk, because he'd look at us, but he would still go up the ladder to the top.
No.
Put the covers over your head, because it's better than if we were up on top with it. So I'm listening to this. I was like, huh, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, well, Courtney, where did you grow up? He's like, Tucson, here. Oh, cool. Where did you live? And he goes, oh, I'm just waiting for him to like fucking point across the street where I live. He goes, like down there by like Oro something, like. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Oro something is. I don't give a fuck. Cool. All right.
Yeah. That's a ghost bullet.
That was too coincidental, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's like the way it's apartments. I said, I thought you were talking about, like, I thought you lived in a house. And he goes, no, it was apartments. They were called the haystacks back then, because they were shaped like barns. And I was like, yeah, I lived at Ashton Meadows. So, and he goes, there was a lot of weird stuff that would happen there, including other people would see this thing sometimes, and other things. So that and the crime, they had to change the name of the complex in order to get people to not be able to read the reviews. And I was like, oh, what did they change the name to? He goes, Ashton Meadows. I was like, oh my fuck. Really? I said, Ashton Meadows, like literally right there across the street. And he looks out and he goes, oh yeah, that's them. See, they're shaped like barns. That's what they call them, haystacks. Yeah, Ashton Meadows. Yeah, and that's it. I was like, oh, I thought it was over by Oro or something. He's like, this building, I never know what direction I'm facing, so I didn't know. That's cool. Yeah, that's it. It's like, oh, rad. What apartment did you live in by chance? He's like, I think it's like 2F, like a bottom corner, like on the front. Like if you go past the pool, left turn right there on the bottom corner. I was like,
Go figure. Go figure.
yeah. I was like, I lived in 2F. He's like, really? When? I said, like 2 months ago. Yeah. He's like, oh, that's seriously? He's like, you go past the pool, and then it's at the bottom, like the left side. And he's like, and it's very dark there because the way the trees and the haystacks are built. I was like, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the one I picked. Thank God. He's like, oh, that's weird. I said, how long ago did you live there? He goes, I don't know, like 1985, probably. Oh yeah, it's 2004. Yeah. I was like, rad. Well, so I've seen a ghost, and I thought maybe I was crazy. I was hoping I was crazy, but yeah, I lived in that apartments. And you want to hear my ghost story? So and then I told them, they were like, what the fuck? And even he was like, what the fuck? It's still there.
That's crazy.
I was like, I said, I was not going to tell my story. I said, I'm your supervisor. I can tell stories whenever I want to. I was not going to interrupt. I was not going to tell you my dramatic story, but you know, you could fucking make God. You knew it was real.
Left him there. You're fired.
He's like, dude, that's crazy. I'm like, you don't have to tell me. Imagine me. Imagine being me right now. I'm just sitting here listening all the time. You're going, I'm not going to tell my story, my recent goddamn story about a ghost baby. Because that's insane. And then you're like, yeah, the ghost baby.
It's apartment. Yeah. Same place.
Oh, everyone was like, dude, how does it feel to know it was real for sure? And I'm like, it feels awful. It feels gross, fucked up. I don't like it. Yeah. So I was like, Courtney, you want to go, you want to smoke some weed and go hang out at 2F? Fuck no, I never go back.
Head over to 2F right now.
It's horrible.
Knock on the door and say, hey, we got something for you.
Every now and then I'll, like every 7 years or so, I'll look up. They changed the name to Summer Point already because Ashton Meadows had such a bad reputation.
Mm-hmm.
I can still find a review that I did. I didn't infer that it was haunted. I don't think.
Get the fuck out of here.
I did.
1 star.
My body doesn't know what to do. I'm hot, but I got chills. But I'm hot, but I got chills. I'm like,
Shit.
Fuck.
Let me see. Shockingly, I think my review still shows up.
Oh shit.
Ashton Meadows apartment rating. Let's take a look. Right, let's see. 33 reviews. 8, 5, 7, 10.
I thought that said spooked. I was like, what?
I know. Oh, Spokio. All right, come on. You may refresh the page. Waiting for gstatic.com. Come on, gstatic, you got this. No. Let's not be unresponsive. Come on.
Ashton Meadows, 33 reviews.
Well, there
What's
we
going
go.
on? I've had trouble with my internet all day.
It's Oro.
It's a map. It's a map. So the building I worked in was right here.
I'm going to tell you my cross street right at the edge of my house is Oro.
Oh.
This is the apartment right here.
Past the pool. It looks like a lake.
Okay, let's see. I don't really need a map. I need a review. Ashton Meadows. Let's find the review. Here we go. 2.5 stars. So you know it's
That's
good.
a winner.
You know it's good. So 06 to 07, I lived at Summer Point, formerly Ashton Meadows. sure nobody has anything good to say.
Promise you a bunch of shit. 2 stars,
Ooh.
2, 1.5.
I worked there for a short while. From the beginning of my, it was nothing but a horrific experience. In the first few days, there was loud fighting, police helicopters, and shooting.
Oh shit! And the toilet leaked. God damn it!
Yeah, I got like escorted by cops like every time I walked home because they were chasing somebody.
1.5
like-
stars here. Holy shit!
like,
Ashton Meadows is no bueno.
No bueno.
This is so crooked and should not be legal. God damn.
This place is horrific. Lived there for 2 years. 1 star.
1 star.
Star.
Is that Jeffrey Adams?
No, mine will say GB Sinatra probably. 2 stars. You could tell like whenever they're like, it's under new management, 5 stars. You're like, you're a goddamn liar.
Yeah.
Don't.
Brr, brr.
Anonymous.
I was not anonymous. I'm sure of it. The worst.
I want to move in this place.
Oh yeah. I was like, look, real hookers. Real hookers.
I was so cracked the first night I was there.
I'm like, I could look. This is a. This
My
is
moving was a
goddamn liar.
breeze.
This is somebody. This is the property manager.
Yeah.
Snort cocaine. I'm good to go.
I would go back in a jiffy. That place is fabulous.
No people found.
I
this
love
helpful.
it here. So much green grass and paint and stuff.
I love it here. We have so much.
Wow.
I love my apartment.
I'm able
Oh,
to sell my
God.
drugs, no problem.
So see why it has 2. The only reason it has 2.5 is because they lied
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stacked the rating. Otherwise, it would be a 1 across the board. 1. All right, come on. Where's mine? It's coming up.
Well, the ones that love it. Why are you not still there then?
Oh, because they're lying. It's nobody.
Well, the
did
maintenance,
that.
they said the maintenance
Yeah.
staff is very nice. So if you ever need maintenance, at least they're nice.
Let's see. Yeah, nothing. Good luck. Be careful.
Ashton Ghettos. They called it Ashton Ghettos.
Ashton
Yeah, that's-
Ghettos.
I coined it. I coined the term Ashton Ghetto, and it's stuck.
So affordable.
That's good.
This was like pre-Facebook, so I got a lot of commentary on my review. People would email me because I left my email up.
There you
TV
are.
Sinatra.
Yes,
Oddly,
that's me right there. Oddly, I read this website before renting. I thought it was exaggerated, but it's not. Don't live in the Ashton Ghetto. This is the biggest shithole I've ever lived in before. In 6 weeks, I've seen 4 drug deals. The ghetto bird flies over almost nightly. The neighbors blast their music all night long. And the lying management doesn't seem to give a shit. They have you sign a bunch of forms about no crime, no drugs, etc. Then continue to rent to any dirt bag with a $50 deposit. Don't let the cheeky leasing agent in the quiet grounds on a Saturday afternoon fool you. Stop by after dark sometime and watch and listen for the scumbags and whores and shitheads.
doing it
Correct.
shitheads, but check out
Ghetto gets blanked, but yeah, not
Yeah.
that. Scumbags, whores, and shitheads who are smoking crack and beating on each other. Be smart. It's not worth any price. Thank God I bought a house. This was by far the biggest motivation to never rent again. They cleaned it up. It took them a while to edit anything out.
2004.
After that, Ashton Ghetto became the name, so they changed it to Summer Point. It's like, fuck you guys. Now, I'd be curious if anybody ever said this place is haunted as fuck.
That's crazy.
Ooh, look at that.
Hey, at least you get shopping carts in the pool. Go swimming,
Yeah.
go shopping.
Car was broken in 3 times. Not enough lighting in the apartments. Yeah, everything was dark, dark, dark. I told you that.
I thought the maintenance staff was awesome.
We found a hypodermic needle in our front yard.
Fuck.
Also, they don't do anything at all to help you or make living conditions better. And the police are always at someone's apartment, seriously, at least once a week. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, it was great. You guys, let's
I actually live there now. I already signed a lease.
let's rent this place. It sounds great. The
2F is
previous
where I live. Is that a good apartment?
I do not feel safe in this complex. Scary and exceedingly odd neighbors lurk around at all hours. Yeah, it's like the insane asylum. The parking lot is not well lit. Drug deals, gunshots, loud music, fights, you name it. Ashton Meadow has it. The management will act like they care, but they They don't. They also told me that the complex was a straight shot to the university. Yeah, it's about 30 minutes straight shot to the university. I hate paying so much for gas because I live in the middle of fucking nowhere land. The apartments fall apart in a matter of a month. The maintenance will fix something and it will break again in a matter of days. My bathroom flooded. The pool is never cleaned and ducks tend to inhabit it. The children steal from the one vending machine and then break it repeatedly. Lawn crews will begin work at 7 a.m. on a Saturday. I hate this place. I can't wait until my lease is up in a month. Just remember that it may sound appealing, but Ashton Meadows really has no appeal. Don't be fooled by the fluffy title, and don't let the management fool you into paying money for a hellhole. Good luck in finding another apartment, but please don't stay at Ashton Meadows. Do yourself.
Wow.
Dude.
Wow. At least they got 1.5 stars on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Wow.
crazy. I was like, how did I read this place and be like, and here's the best part. They have 2 apartments set apart as models. This is how they do it. And it's off in the northeast corner, far away from everybody. So it's kind of the furthest it could be. They have the 2-bedroom and the 1-bedroom model, furnished, well lit, perfect. So you go in and you're like, oh, well, hall, look at this.
Wowie zowie.
Wow, right? And I'd never seen a model for an apartment put together like that. You know, if you were lucky, they had one open anywhere. You know,
I'm gonna hire this interior decorator.
I never saw models. I don't think I ever saw models in apartments.
I never did. No.
Nope.
Everyone's
Always
always
been
booked.
blank.
So they were smart because they can at least get a couple of months rent before you broke your lease.
Yep.
Get something out of you. Keep it going. You're like, oh, this is nice. Oh, I don't know. It's only $50 more for the 2-bedroom. Well, let's do that. Genius.
Damn.
Genius racket.
Genius.
Bunch of haunted fucking crack whores.
Love that shit, dude. Hey, I'm gonna jet, dude.
Yeah.
I had a long day of work. I wanted to hop on and say hi, but I'm gonna fall asleep.
I understand. I
I
love
love
you.
you guys.
See
Have a good one.
ya.
Good to see you, Missy.
You too.
Have a
See
good
you
night.
guys later.
See you.
Bye. Do I have my light on now?
Um,
I love, but yet I hate the baby story. Oh,
I guess I proved that I can tell the story in 15 minutes
you can.
as opposed to 45.
Well, you skipped the first half hour, so you know.
I,
Good call, though.
the buildup is intense.
Yeah,
The buildup makes it worse. 'Cause if you're just
yeah,
like,
but it still got me. I got chilled. I got goosebumps 3 different times, and I've heard it before. So
still gives me a little bit.
still, yeah.
I
Yep.
think now that's probably maybe the 10th time I've told it, and I've told it 3 times in a year. But it's one of those things you have to wait till it's appropriate. You know, just hi.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you today, John? You know what? One time I lived in this.
Yeah. I'm not just throwing out. Yeah. My ex, you know, he walked my carpet for 4 hours. Oh, did I tell you he was dead? Oh, I forgot to tell you. I mentioned that
Killed himself.
prior, huh?
Yeah, sucks. But you know what? I realized I just had to let him go. Let him go.
What is the other one? No, there was one you were
Fuck it
supposed to send
all.
me.
Fuck it all.
Yeah.
Where did I find that clip? Was that on that was on the Tuna app?
I have no idea. That
voice
was
sound effects.
hilarious.
Tuna, voice tuna, tubak, tuna mod. Advanced computer audio. Share. Let's see. That would be Frozen or Fuck It All. Fuck It All.
Yep.
Frozen. I think this was it.
Fuck it all.
Yes.
Fuck it all. Don't give a shit anymore.
I love that.
But Should be your
That's
ringtone.
amazing.
If you want that.
I would if I could. Yes.
Okay, I'll send it to you. I'll download it.
Perfect. Thank you. Awesome.
It's beautiful. Shelf Help Show Saturday night special. She's hot. I'm in the dark.
We are quite the couple tonight. Fuck.
Anna! Fresh frozen. There's no such thing.
Elsa, this way. I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs.
Sven,
I've always wanted a nose. Do you think she knows how to knock?
I love Josh Gad so much. The voice of Olaf.
I'm Olaf.
So cool.
I've been impaled. Trying to focus here. What am I looking at right now? Why are you hanging off the earth like a bat? This is the best day of my life. And who's the funky looking donkey over there?
I've never seen this.
Yeah, why?
I'm gay.
Oh.
I don't think that was
Okay.
Frozen.
That's also coupled with the fact that she is hot.
I don't know what
Hey,
that is.
God, you ain't funny.
Okay, make things easier.
Don't
for you.
let John have a hold of that one.
Which one?
Thank God you ain't funny.
Oh, that feels better. Are you kidding me? Am I right? That's okay. I do. Hey, do me a favor, grab my butt. Hey, do me a favor, grab my butt.
That's a good one. I'll download that for you.
Hi, everyone.
Doing Phantom of the Opera as soon as I disconnected, I got copyright. I think it's on Twitch actually, because it must have been like, it was like, I've never had a copyright on Twitch. Never once. That fucking, I got
Wow.
flagged immediately. I was like, why? Hello, trouble. Like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go look at any more channels to see how much trouble I'm in.
Hi, everyone.
Especially now that.
Where the
Sorry about that, guys. That was one of those
Ooh.
buttons that you don't want to push.
Yeah.
Apparently.
We were trying to get
that makes
striked
it
on
easy.
Twitch just to even it up along across the board. So now you've been hit everywhere.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I don't even look at Facebook anymore. I don't even know if I have an account. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Did you hear the Department of Homeland Security has just started a mis and disinformation like, what the fuck is it called? Like an advisory board or whatever. Like basically a large force with guns has started, because Elon Musk bought Twitter, a division of the Homeland Security that will deal with chronic mis and disinformation social media people who could be influencing people that may eventually do something criminal, maybe.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. 2 days ago, Mayorkas, who's a DHS, chair, whatever the fuck he is, secretary, he's like, yeah, like he goes, we have things going on around the country right now, keeping an eye on these people. So I'm going to be considered a domestic terrorist. And I'm not kidding. They'll come to my house with guns and fucking take me out because mis and disinformation could lead people to slip towards, this is what he said, like slip towards committing a criminal act, not committing a criminal act. This is like the Minority Report, future
Right.
crimes. They're gonna
Future,
predict that
Yeah.
if I say something dissenting, I could be radicalizing others, and then I need to be taken out.
Wow.
Yeah, they are swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: I'm not going to do what I'm told. They can fuck off. It is unconstitutional. It is illegal. It is illegal for the president, who should be impeached, and he will be impeached by the end of this year. Watch what happens. They're not going to wait for the Convention of States. They're not going to. We want to get ahead of any sort of civil conflict, of course, right? So either conservatives are going to sweep, and when they sweep the House and the Senate, well, impeach, convict, remove. They have to.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, my
Well,
awful prediction happens, which is take Harris out, put Obama in as a lark by January 1st. They can do that before they lose the majority. And then what do you do? Oh no. And you got Obama in. If Obama gets back in, I predict he would put, I bet he would put Michelle in as his VP. And there's nothing that says you can't. Because that would be an appointed, not elected position again, just like happened with Ford. Ford was never elected to either VP or president because of the situation. He was appointed. Right. Can you imagine? Because people want Michelle to run. How frightening would that be? Give Barack 2 more years, put her in as backup. We'd be like, the dynasty is complete. God, I hope. Please vote. Go out and vote. Say no. Don't let them take your rights away. You have rights. They don't have the right to take them. They really don't. We're not a police state. You only become a police state when you say okay.
You can have you. I give them up. Then we're
hey, I'm not.
out
I
of
don't
control.
I don't own any guns. I don't. I mean, it's honest. I'm not gonna do what I'm told just because you're telling me. Kind of like what I used to say about when the vaccine mandates. As soon as the mandates have, I said, no legal authority to do that whatsoever. Do not listen. Nobody comply because you don't have to. I said they don't have. There's no grounds for the president to ever mandate anything. He's got no power. Congress and the Senate, they have limited power, and that power, anything that's not expressly about laws, expressly stated in the Constitution, those rights and rules and laws are enumerated to the states. Now you can have a state like California, where Newsom, who wants to become president because he's evil, he's destroyed that state. Your state can do insane things, but here's the thing: you can leave the state. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be there, you don't want to pay their taxes, you don't put up with the shit and leave. We're a constitutional republic. We're not a federation. We're a constitutional republic. There's no federal power. There really is not. So quit giving power to those who don't have it. Constitutional republic is completely different. The states can rise up against each other if they want to. I'm not saying that I want that to happen because I don't, but it's bothering me. It's like this. It's like playing chess. I keep wondering if there's going to be check, move, check, move. I feel like they keep checking. All right, this guy's he buys this third largest platform to bring free speech back to everybody. And they say, okay, we're going to make free speech illegal. And we have guns. And like, well, what do you do next? What's your next move? Apparently Amazon and Google, I think Amazon and Google have both stated that they will not allow Twitter. No, Apple and Amazon will not allow Twitter app to be on their systems at all
Really? Wow.
because they have a law against any organization or whatever or app that promotes hate speech.
Oh my God.
So if Amazon
Free
Web
speech
Services,
does not promote hate speech.
oh, I know.
Jesus Christ, people.
So they're saying that they're not going to allow Twitter. Now that's an antitrust issue. You can't squash your competition by not letting them use the same infrastructure. But Amazon Web Service, they host the Google Play Store and the Apple, whatever they're called, Apple
iStore,
apps or whatever it is.
yeah.
Those are hosted on AWS, which is owned by Amazon. So they're trying to eliminate any dissent, which is illegal, but it's not like the federal government is going to specifically hold them accountable.
No.
I mean, they could be sued and go through that process. That's crazy, though. Think about it. Think about what's going on. They're like, no, you can't. This is their fear. You can't. There can't be 300 million people plus who get to know what's been going on this whole time. We can't afford that. So we're going to do everything we can to convince people that you're the criminal. Now, here's something interesting. I wonder how far ahead Elon has thought. I think he's thought ahead through all the variables.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
He's not dumb.
No.
I mean, he's colonizing Mars and plans to die there at age 120. Okay. So he's thought well ahead. He has the largest and most successful electric car manufacturing ever, right? He has Starlink, the largest amount of satellites, period, in space by any one organization. Starlink is to give internet connectivity to everyone around the world.
Right.
He's apparently developing a Tesla phone
Wow.
that will not be Apple and will not be Amazon and will not be Google.
Huh.
So the Android platform is open source, so it doesn't take much. He can take that and then retrofit it and call it his own. As for getting service, he's got Starlink.
Right.
Once he's got worldwide coverage, what's to say that he doesn't say, okay, not only do I have the platform, but I have the phone, which I'll make cheaper and better than what all of you have and not made by slaves in China. So that's done. I have the interwebs. I have my own platform for that. So I don't have to worry about anything being censored, stopped, or whatever, because he controls that. It's his company.
Right. Wow.
The crazy thing is that he's making the progressives pay for everything because they're all the fucking hippie dippies who bought his cars. You want green energy? Buy my car. So the Duke, he's better than NASA. He's got the biggest platform the third biggest platform for communication, which will become the largest. He'll have the phones, the internet, and everything else. I bet he's not about it. I bet he's like,
oh yeah,
what could happen? They're not going to like this. He tweeted something the other day. He said, now that I did this, I think I'm going to buy Coca-Cola so I can put cocaine back in it.
Holy fuck.
It was a joke, but it was like having to buy this thing in order to give free speech or back to give First Amendment rights back to the people would literally be like buying Coca-Cola to put cocaine in it.
Right.
Like,
wow.
Doesn't seem like a given. Like
it reminds me of Peaky in the Brain. Brain, what are we going to do today? We're going to take over the world.
Take over the world, yes. Snarf.
He's always every time I hear his name, that's exact. I just think of the little Pinky or little Brain in it.
I love that guy. He might be the Antichrist. We'll find out.
I thought Obama was the Antichrist.
No, he is for sure.
Okay. You've made up your mind.
He's charismatic. He's all the things. 6 years. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I don't give a fuck. My grades never bothered me anyway.
That's not bad. I like the cursing. Grab my butt. Grab my butt. All right. Well, I think that's all the my bladder.
I thought you were doing another sound effect. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna piss myself again.
Go to the bathroom. Jesus.
Okay. I don't have anything for you. Just gonna go.
Go.
Oh, that's so good. Oh,
Oh my God. Go. Last thing we need to hear is him pissing in a bottle. Because you know he would hold the mic to the bottle so we could hear it and have some comment on the warmth. I'm just assuming. Oh my goodness. So yeah, this is the only part of the podcast that I don't enjoy is when they leave me alone and expect me to talk about something. I have no idea what to talk about. And we had no one in chat, so I don't know. I miss John tonight. He's off on his concert rounds again. Enjoying that. Fozzy. I think he was saying Fozzy. Something like that. So I have a new favorite band right now. It is they're very lyrically based, it's very heavy, very dark. What is it called again? Of course, I'm probably wrote it down somewhere. Oh, Citizen Soldier. If anybody's watching this on demand,
What are you reading?
don't listen to it when you're in a bad mood. Citizen Soldier. They are amazing. I heard you, Jeffrey. What?
Were you reading pornography?
No,
What are you reading?
I was not reading. I was actually talking.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I was saying I found a new band, or it was a song was sent to me. Citizen Soldier. But don't listen to them if you're like kind of already depressed because they're really, really sad. But amazingly, the lyrics are just so spot on for like,
Citizen Soldier?
Citizen Soldier, yeah. So spot on for like if you're dealing with depression or anything like that. Yeah, I've listened to quite a bit of them lately. And
it's depressing or is it encouraging?
I think it's going to depend on your mood.
Oh,
for me,
so
it
it's
was
bipolar
really,
music.
kind of, sort of. More on the depressive side, but for me, I mean, it was very encouraging because it was like, oh, hey, I know how that feels. Oh yeah, that too. Oh wait, yeah, I've been there. So it was very encouraging for me. I can see though how some people might
They might
find it too depressing.
misinterpret it when they're like, kill yourself. There's no point.
Right.
Yeah.
There's one that actually talks about that. But if you don't get to the end of the song,
then you don't hear
you don't get the uplifting part. Yeah. So it's like, because I'm like, what the fuck? I'm gonna listen because I want to look. But wow, like, oh. And then at the end, I was like, okay, there we go. There's that light.
There's no light.
There is light.
What do we do our reaction video on? Who was that? What was that group? Half something, half home something. What the fuck?
No idea.
I sent you a couple of songs. You remember? From the Man of Constant Sorrow a cappella group. Half Home? I think Half Home.
Oh, yes. Home Free.
Home Free. Yeah.
Yeah, Home Free.
Half in the half in your pants or whatever. Let's
and all the ones you sent me, they were amazing. But
Well,
I
that's
gotta say,
Yeah.
Elvira,
Yeah, that was good.
because of that deep voice, I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, that's why I sent that one to you. I was listening for ones that had. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I send you Amazed?
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yep. Yeah. Amazed, good old country harmony, End of the Road, and Elvira. And the
Nice.
sounds of lockdown.
Yeah. They're pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Yeah, very good.
So this I was playing earlier is don't cough as you smoke. People are gonna tell you to stop smoking. Incredibox. There's an app on iOS Play Store and Google, so you can get it on your phone. I think you can buy it for $5 to open up all the options, but you can play at least a few of the options as demos.
Yeah.
I like music. I like see that you get a buy. Oh, that one's open. That one's open. That one. Little miss. Yes. If you're stressed out, if you can't sleep, if you're trying to solve problems, trying to make a decision and you don't feel the inspiration to know what decision is right, I highly recommend you do something like this. Find something entertaining. It's not just entertaining, but it's I think we talked about music last time. It's mathematical, and at the same time, it touches your creativeness too. So.
Yep.
We'll be Boston.
I love the lip movement.
Yeah.
There you go. recording of this?
Oh, I didn't.
Nothing on
Save. Oh, it's locked. Motherfucker. I gotta buy it to export it. Okay. I got a link. Suck it all. All right, I sent it to you and John.
Yeah.
Have fun. I like fun stuff.
Yep.
Cut a box. You ever want to play a theremin like in how the Beach Boys do?
The Beach Boys, dude? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh.
Theremin.
I saw them in concert.
Yeah.
Oh, we played the baseball halftime one time. My cousin was dancing in it, so we went.
That's femur design. Femur, like you broke your leg. It's a woke world.
I did that.
I'm all right. I swear to you.
Let it out. Fell down my stairs, broke my leg, didn't even know it for 6 months.
What?
Yeah. Thought I hurt my ankle a little. So they did x-rays. They're like, your you know that big bone in your leg that runs from your knee to your ankle? Yeah, it's in half. How are you walking? Nerve damage comes in handy sometimes, huh?
Jesus Christ.
Like, we can't do nothing for you now. It's been 6 months. You just gotta, yeah, that's just how it is.
Button bass. Those are the cubes that I was playing.
Right.
Sound Trap, Project Sound Trap. Oh, synthesizer. Boomy. I know you're getting tired. We'll end the show here in a moment.
Yep.
Virtual turntables. Create your beat. Oh, this is a good one too. Man, I find the coolest shit. I tell you that. Well, I don't know how you bring them up. Like, how you bring up your history that way, I guess. And then Control H, it'll take you to your search history. If you're doing a show, make sure that you don't use the same browser that you look up pornography on, because when you hit Control H, it'll show everybody what you've been doing. Just heads up, unless you don't mind them knowing that you're into twinks doing straight porn.
I was doing my support group one night. I was facilitating, and so I have to share my screen in Zoom, which I have to share my browser. And I always open a new browser when I put in my group stuff. When I open it, and I forgot because I was running late, so I just pulled up the browser I had open, opened it up, boom, off I went. I get a text because we go, I call on people to read the guidelines. As people are reading, I get a text from a friend that says BDSM. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, one of your tabs says BDSM. I'm like, fuck.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
The week after we did it, I still had my test open, so I shut down real quick.
I
I'm like, you all know the chart. Like, we're just gonna skip guidelines today. We're gonna.
I am so happy. I'm so happy that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. Boomy, make instant music. So I like to tell you guys when I find interesting ways to look up stuff on the interwebs. Like I believe I told you I was looking for like a recording software, and I typed in like, is there an alternative to, whatever, Adobe, whatever.
Oh, right.
And then there's a site called Alternative to. And sure enough, everything's cataloged there. So I also found tonight, is there a website like this? It's called sitelike.org. So if you find a website that you particularly like and you want to see if there's other ones like that, apparently Button Base, which is the Cube EDM thing that I was playing, there are 77 websites that have been cataloged that are like that. That's how I found some of that other stuff. Right. So Site Like and Alternative to, one for websites, one for software. Don't pay for things that you don't need to pay for. And virtual musical instruments. Website is worth $100. Okay, cool. Let's expand that one. If you hit the control button on your keyboard, when you click, left click onto a new link, it'll pull up the new link. It's supposed to. Yeah, you're gonna get your click. It'll pull it up next. It's supposed to. Well, I fucked it up. If you're holding the control button, it'll pull it up in a new window, so it won't overwrite your current window. So, virtual guitar.
Or if you right click, you can open a new window. Right?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Where save as, right click, open link as
tab, open a new
look
window.
This is how many personas I have. Get image description, open link in incognito window. Oh, open a new window. Virtual musical instruments, the xylophone. Learn to play the xylophone with online virtual xylophone. What's a xylophone? Is that the thing with the ding, 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 ding?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, I did not like that one. That beat. Nice. Ooh.
I bet you didn't know I was so damn good at that, did you?
Didn't know. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, I can play music. not just pre-recorded shit. Learn to play drums with this online virtual drums. I bet it feels exactly like playing the drums when you're sitting in front of a drum kit. My drum kit was better than that. All right. Using the keyboard, 0 is bass, 1 is a hi-hat, 2 is a snare, 3 is a ride, 4 is a high tom, 5 is a medium tom, 6 is a floor tom, 7 is a crash.
Feels just like it.
Trying to do a drum roll on a keypad. Not easy. My fingers are so fast, I'll make it come quick. It's not like playing the drums at all.
No.
It just makes a noise. Imagine that on your clit.
Josh. Are you tapping or are you just holding the button down?
Oh, tap.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't do anything. I started off as a snare drummer, just playing snare in a bagpipe band. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
I could play the drums. I sounded like a mix between Jesus and Fergie.
What does that sound like?
I don't know. Pretty amazing. I can show you. I can show you. Actually, fuck Glockenspiel. Let's get a copyright hit for something that's not going to be copywritten. All right, I'll show you. Scottish Highland pipe band snare drummer. Here we go. This is exactly what I did. I started when I was 11 years old. Within a few months, I became the teacher. I taught Jeff Goy, actually. I taught adults older than I am now. And then when we were in parades, the drum sergeant is the one who led the parade because I had 45 people relying on me to not fuck it up. Couldn't believe it. Wearing a kilt and everything.
Wow.
Yeah. Scotland the Brave. Oh, these drums. Let's check it out. It's obnoxious. So it's a bit piercing, but oh my gosh, it makes me happy. I had to stop snare drumming when I took possession of our dog. She couldn't handle it.
I love it.
Oh my god. I know this. Oh my god. It's so loud, it's crazy. Doing this while marching and better. Oh, those paradiddles are so good.
It's funny, my I think it was my uncle. He wanted to snare drum or something. I don't know the whole story, but growing up, since I was a little kid, we always had this snare drum at my grandma's house, and I always used to just play with it constantly.
Oh my God. So I belong to the Cameron Highlanders. That was the tartan. Every clan has its tartan. Oh my gosh. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. That's my band. Where's oh my gosh. I'm having such a like my Lord. What's his name? What was his name? Aaron Rodgers? With the Queen Zone. There's a guy who's he's a national champion. He's still doing it. So I trained him. So I learned from John Rosenberger. He was this old, I think he lived to be 100 years old. He started the Cameron Highlanders. I learned from his son Malcolm, who is like world renowned for being a snare drummer. So I got lessons from him after John taught me all he knew. Then he'd get his son to come down. He was actually a studio drummer. He would come down to his dad's house to help me out. So I learned from the world-class drummer. And then I trained this kid, Aaron, and shit, I was looking around a couple of years ago. I hadn't looked for a long time. And I was like, Aaron's a fucking like world-class, like he's beating everybody in competition. Wow. I taught him how to play. I wish I had stayed with it. Snare drumming, get the grip. It's a trick, man. It's no joke. I mean, you can tell. I mean, they're not, it's not like the four tom drums that they do in like high school and stuff. That's cute. You know what I mean? Like you can go boom, boom, boom. But making all that noise and rhythm and that speed.
Yeah, that's what's always impressed me.
Is that crisp crack.
I love drumline. I don't care for the story. I don't give a shit. But I just give me the actual when they're playing. Yeah, that's what I want to watch. Just let me watch those sections all cut together. I don't care who falls in love with who, whatever. But
right, this is my group. There's only one light. Feel bad. think this lady's a groupie. She just likes bands, marching bands, because like these are not even Scottish people. She's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go get me some
Right.
devil pups. There's some what is that? Navy? Oh, she's dirty. Oh yeah, Cal Poly marching. Oh yeah. I hope she wrote a book or something. She's not just like some sort of goof. Oh, our anyway, sorry, I get excited about stuff like that.
It's all good.
Whatever. If I can't remember, or if you can't relive my youth, what is it so for? Oh yeah, it's self-help. It's supposed to help you guys, not just me.
Oops. Oh well. You can use some help every once in a while too.
Oh, my eyes. So here's the joy of being a divorced parent with custody of your children on the weekends and they're teenagers. Turns out Haley had a dance tonight, so I didn't see her. I saw her yesterday for 5 minutes. So no middle child. My youngest, of course, who's here. She loves me. She comes with me. Hunter came along with me too. He left today. Left his shit here, which means I have to pack up all his shit and drive it back to mom's tomorrow because he's over back near mom's house, staying the night with his friend because he wants to go to the fair tomorrow, which is fine. Again, all these things are. Here's my perspective. Even though I only have 54 hours a week with them, if they show up, how much do I pay? $28,000 for that privilege. That's right.
Jesus.
I have them for 54, 57. Anyways, hours a week, if they show up. I understand that if we were together, which I'm glad we're not, trust me, if we were co-parenting under the same roof, that this exact behavior would happen. So that's all I have to remind myself.
Yeah.
When if I start to feel like, meh, I'm like, okay, if mom and dad were in the same house, they would be ignoring us to go play with their friends, just like before. So I have to remind them of that too, because they will feel sorry. They're like, I love you. I'm sorry. It's the prom, I'm like, you don't have to explain yourself. Yeah, I told Haley yesterday, I'm like, do I miss you? Of course I do. I miss you because I love you and I'll miss you for my whole life whenever you're not around. But you do you. You've got things to do. I don't want you to feel like you should feel bad because you shouldn't.
Right.
Because you growing and doing and being and becoming a independent young woman, these are all things that I would expect you to do. I'd want you to do. I would never hold you back. I will embarrass you for the rest of your life, and that's my job. But don't worry. Just because you'll go 3 or 4 weeks sometimes and you don't see me. I mean, I do drink myself to sleep, and I find myself cutting. But other than that, it's no big deal. She's like, that helps if you can't sleep. Masturbate. That helps. Hurts nobody.
For yourself.
So you just have to keep perspective. Like I would have the same longing, and the only difference is I'm not with him 7 days a week to ignore me. It's just a couple days. They're good about it. I mean, they'll recognize it. And he's like, I'm sorry, I haven't seen you for like 3 weeks. Like, why did you get a job in a car and a boyfriend? Why can't Hunter get a job in a car and a boyfriend?
You would be proud of him then.
Hannah's like, I knew it. I knew he was gay. I'm like, not everyone in this family is gay just because you want them to be.
I wish I was I'm totally in a different state than my son. Granted, my son's a little bit older.
It doesn't matter.
He works full time.
You're still your heart.
I mean, but Yeah, exactly. And he used to always be so good, even if it was just like I would text him or he would text me, but it was just a quick one, a couple times a week, just hey mom, love you, or I would text love you tons and he'd love you too, like right away.
Right.
Lately it's like gotten longer in between text back and longer and longer. And this time it was like a week and a half. And I've texted multiple times. And I just had it. I was like, that's it. I'm ready to get in the truck and drive down there. Go, spend the next 5 hours in the truck driving. But he texted me today and he's like, I promise I'll call you when I get out of work. It'll be around 9. And I'm like, okay. So at like 9:20, I'm like, don't forget to text me. At 9:30, they closed at 8. At 9:30, I called him. It went straight to voicemail. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm calling his dad tomorrow because he lives with his dad. His dad can pin him down and be like, dude, just call your mom because now she's bugging me.
Right, exactly.
I just need to hear his voice,
I feel you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. I know it's upsetting.
That's okay. I know. But I have to, study. He's a grown boy, but he's still my kid, and I'm gonna whoop his ass after he calls me.
So I know I shared something with you. Just so my mother was am I sharing my screen?
No.
This is hilarious. I just pulled up Messenger from my mother.
Okay. I can't read it though.
Proof that too much beer will cause your pecker to fall off. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
Wow.
So Emu.
I posted one today or yesterday or today. I don't remember. And it was a bedroom, like you're looking across the bed at the door, and there's like the black goat in the door. And it says when you try to pronounce your prescription names, but you summon Satan instead. I said, right? Like multiple times.
That's awesome. Did I send you the I sent you the little video that I made for my mom? Did I send you the couple of little I don't remember if I sent you Morgan Freeman or
Oh yes. Oh no, that was your phone. I called your phone thing at work. That was Morgan Freeman. That was awesome, by the way. And Missy, what is it that I say?
Yes.
I was like, whoa.
I was like, nobody has a number. I'm safe.
That was awesome.
Then I get feedback from my new boss. Because I changed the IVRs for 24 hours and added some Liam Neeson to it. Did I tell you that? Yeah. And then of course a vendor happened to call the number, hear it. Media buyer hears it. Now in the marketing meeting where the CEO and everybody is sitting, now they're all calling and listening to it. They're like, this is why things are always fucked up. It's because Jeffrey Sinatra is going off half cock doing whatever the fuck he wants. And then I luckily had a documentation with the legality, with everything documented, and the outcome was a massive improvement in abandon rate. And I was like, see? And they're like, you're lucky. Shut that shit off. So my new boss was like, who works for the parent company who bought us out, not for Josh. It was like, yeah, don't do that shit again. You need to communicate. I'm like, why do I have to communicate? I've never had to communicate. We just do stuff. Like it's part of my business philosophy. Try new things and don't ask permission. Wait till the results come in, and then let somebody else brag for you. That's 3 of my rules that I learned from this place.
Damn.
Yeah, know your numbers. Isn't that how it goes? Know your numbers, nod when appropriate. Try new things and don't ask permission. Wait till the results come in, let somebody else brag for you. That's how you get ahead. Well, apparently not when you're bought out by a corporate entity. And then don't use that in a job interview when you're, unless you want to scare the person that you're going to go rogue and fuck everything up. Just saying. I'm just saying. Not that didn't happen to me, but you know.
Potential. There's potential.
Yeah. So one last thing before we close up. So my mother about 4 weeks ago advised that she found a lump in her breast and said, "Oh no, I made an appointment. I'm going to go in, get checked out." So she goes in the next day. They say, "Yeah, that's nothing to not pay attention to. So let's we're gonna do a ultrasound, or maybe I don't know if they did it right then. We're gonna have you come back, basically." They did a biopsy. They said, "We'll know in like 2 to 4 weeks." I don't know how long, why it takes so long. We'll know from that, but then we'll have you come back in a week to do some other stuff. So she's, of course, rightly upset. My father died of cancer. She's 70. She's born what, 48? What does that make her? 74? 76? How the fuck old is she? What year is this?
22.
So she's 74. Okay. So she's 74. And she's like, and her partner of 9 years just died of a heart attack.
Right.
At her house. Randy.
Oh.
Like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So mom's not feeling like particularly comfortable with life. She's a little fearful. And she lets me know. And the first thing I do is ignore her text for a while because I was working. Like, fuck. Just kidding. Not too long.
I'm gonna slap you through the screen.
And I reach out to her. I'm like, I understand you're panicking. I know everyone's going to tell you they'll pray for you and everything will be fine. But I'm going to be different. I will not pray for you and you're going to die. So just wanted to give you a secondary option in case you're starting to feel like you're all alone with your own thoughts. And because I love you. So I'm not
tack that on.
Yeah, and she knows that. She's like, "You asshole."
Thank you. I was waiting for her response.
You asshole. I'm like,
I
I love
like
you,
your
Mom.
mom.
Look, everyone else is gonna blow sunshine, smoke, and Jesus up your butt. Just gonna, when you're alone with your thoughts, you can just hear me agree with you. It's fine. At least you're not gonna be alone, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Like, oh, I hate you and I love you at the same time. I'm like, I know, right? I'm fun. I make cancer better. So she tells me she's got to go in to get tested, and my sister who lives nearby and nieces, they're all like, "We'll go with you." And I'm like, that's all it took. You this whole time you wanted to be closer. You just had to have an emergency. It was 12 years ago Dad died. That's the last time they were close with you. Then like, now, Jesus, Mom, why did you
they're
wait
coming
so
out
long?
of the woodwork.
You could have faked it. You could have faked it. I have a lump, like, going out to brunch and shit with them.
I hurt my hip.
Yeah. Now they're gonna go to everything with you. Like, man, I hope it is serious because at least you have more time with them. Like not in the world. Just we'll see. That's a 50-50 as far as I know. So I'd milk it. If they come back and say, "Look, it's nothing," it'll be like, simple this and whatever. Then just lie.
Yeah, just keep it going for a while.
Guys, it's gonna be like a year treatment once a week. It's gonna be at Denny's or wherever you want to go eat. Or
just have pancakes with warm syrup. That is the treatment plan.
Tell them there's a Jack in the Box by the Kaiser. I remember. She's like, "Yeah, how do you remember that?" I'm like, "I remember everything." I never lived there, so this is like She's like, yeah, good job. I usually go to the Jack in the Box after I go to Kaiser. And I'm like, yes, I knew that, Mom. How? Well, you're addicted to two things, Kaiser and their medical care. Because you got a direct hotline to somebody and you get in all the time. That woman has had more reconstructive surgeries of everything that's gone wrong. Something goes wrong, she gets it fixed. She didn't give a fuck. Her toes like got out of joint, had her fucking toes broken, reset, pinned. Like any defect that she has, she will not tolerate it for long. She's like, nope, this is not normal. Fix it. Most people are like, I don't want surgery. She's like, do it. Cut me, stab me, break it. I don't give a fuck. New knees, new anything. She's like, just do it. Wow. She's always been like that. She's like, that's what I have medical care for. Why wouldn't I? I don't understand people who just be like, oh, I have a bum knee and I can't walk for like the rest of their life. Like, fuck that. Give me new knees now. Yeah. My dad always said that was her one positive trait, like one. As a mother, he goes, look, she's not going to love you outwardly and you're not going to feel it, but she will not let you die. And she will ride those fucking doctors until they figure out what is wrong and fix it. She will not give up. She's ruthless. Like, I recall. We're not sure what's wrong with him. Really? We're not leaving. Fucking fix it. Okay, Mrs. Adams. We're going to refer him somewhere else. What, you didn't go to medical school? Who went to medical school? Give me that person. Jesus Christ. His breath stinks. He can't hear. He's deaf as he hasn't learned how to read yet, and he's 7, for God's sake. Something's wrong with him. Is he retarded? Just tell me he's retarded. Otherwise, I physically find out what's wrong with him. They're like, oh, okay. Then they're like, they did more tests. Oh, he's deaf. She's like, I told you. How deaf? Like, he's stone cold deaf, like deaf. The reason he hasn't learned how to read is he can't hear. She's like, oh, like can't hear at all? No. I feel bad. How many times have I spanked him for ignoring me? True story. She's like, oops, I felt bad. God. I didn't realize you were. I was in the audio booth and they had the cans on your ears and they're like tone and you're just like do tone do tone do. Nothing. You heard nothing. Because my tonsils and my adenoids were always like fucked. So the pressure from both of them had closed my eustachian tubes and I was deaf. So and my breast stunk because I had constant infections in my head. It had nothing to do with the fact that my mother smoked in the house, even though since 1956 they had said that was a bad idea. What? We didn't know smoking was bad. And I was like, since you were 10, Carol. That's when I started smoking, when I was 10. He's like, I know. Anywho, so mom stories.
Well, keep me updated. I hope everything goes good. I'm not going to send her prayers either. So.
Well, she went to the doctor again on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
She got more news. So, oh, and I'm sorry. CT scan came back, said she had tumor, cancer. Tumor, and lymph node had whatever issues. So I looked it up. Mortality of lymphoma, breast cancer, lymphoma with whatever. I literally typed it into Google. This is how Google knows if people are going to die long before they do. They've been able to track algorithms by they know what search patterns happen from start to finish for when people die. Just so you know, Google knows this. They're like, what do you do with that power? When you know the second your customer types something in, you know to a 99% certainty that they're going to die of this. That's how much data they have. So it's just patterns. Anyone who's symptom,
yeah,
they chose not to use it. How do you play God, right? You're dead. Can you imagine? Bing, you're dead. Take yourself out early. Go get the COVID vaccine. So anyway, political. I look it up, and the survival rate is 86% with what
survival rate. Okay.
She walked out with. So I was texting her because I was working, and I said, hey, good news with what they've diagnosed you with, it's an 86% survival rate. So at your age, and your general ability to become robo mom, because you've had everything replaced, and your heart's fine, all this stuff. I said, you would probably live to be 88 years old is realistic on the mortality table. So this means with a survival rate of 86.4, you were going to live to 85.1 years old. That's the mortality. And she's like, oh, what a relief. Thank you so much, son. You can always make me feel better. I said, well, yeah, even when I tell you you're gonna die. I said, so 85.1, that's it. They just knocked a couple shitty years off. You were gonna be
Right.
shitting yourself the last 3 years. So, and then she
Yeah.
goes, well, what if I get to 85.1 and I don't die? And I'm like, we're gonna have to put you down. The deal is with the this is what the deal is with the universe. So that's why you, mom, that's why you're double boosted, right? Yeah, they'll just flip a switch for you. So it's fine. 85.1, they're just like, ooh, she's done.
Done.
Yeah.
Make your
she's done.
phone calls
She's
the
like,
day before.
but what if I want to go longer? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just telling you. I said, well, look, I said, you are the most stubborn bitch I've ever met. That's why you're the most stubborn fucking bitch I've ever met. So you will fucking be burying me, I'm sure, nagging me while I'm getting fucking dirt on my face. So you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. They only the good die young. I miss dad. See, I call him good and her evil.
Yep.
So then she went in to talk to the surgeons yesterday, Friday, and she said, better news, small surgery in office, basically.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And then maybe a little bit of radiation, but caught it early enough that it's no big deal. I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's amazing. Good.
I'm glad to hear that.
Good.
That's good, mom. I told
Yeah.
you. So then I made her a couple of sound bites, and I want to play them, and then we'll go night night.
Already.
Where did I put them? I know I sent them to my daughter. Also, I don't remember if I think I can find them either to you or my daughter.
I don't think you
in
sent them to me.
messages. I think I sent them to Kelsey. I sent them to Kelsey, and I was like, "Hey, grandma's gonna be all right." Dot to dot to dot, and she's like, "She has cancer." I'm like, "Oops." I told you. Well, she'd love to hear from you, I'm sure. Okay. Device pairing. Okay. That's one thing I like about Google Messages.
That picture that you did with John, though, with the flames behind him, with the cigar in his mouth, that's good.
And the winking?
Yeah, that's good.
It's pretty dope.
Oh, I just noticed the winking. I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Now I can't unsee it.
I got
Fuck.
the best apps. I do. Just like on the computer, same thing on my phones. I get the best stuff. All right, so let's share audio, maybe video. Let me make sure there's nothing inappropriate on my text messages.
Yeah.
Download. That's Bill Clinton. That'll be enough. Oh my gosh, I have to pee so bad. Give me one more second.
What the hell is up with you today?
Oh, I drink like 2 gallons of water today. Ugh.
Jesus. Drink enough water to hydrate a camel. And yet I'm left alone. I should not be left alone to my own devices. It's not a good thing. Oh boy. Oh, maybe I can. Dun, dun, dun. Let me see what I'm doing here.
Hi. Okay.
Hey.
Whew. That was good. Oh,
Oh, Jesus Christ. You can take the extra few seconds to wash your hands, you know.
wait. Show in folder. Okay, don't know where it went to. Downloads, date modified. Message 1 MP4. Okay. Open with. Choose another app. More apps. Google Chrome. Okay. All right. My mother. Bill Clinton and my dad are like both from Arkansas. Same age. So my mom had a little crush on Bubba.
Okay. Yeah, no. I don't get it either.
So I reached out to Bubba to see if he would give my mom a little note. If you don't understand what he's saying at first, I'll play it a couple times. And if that still doesn't work, I'll tell you what it says. Let's see. Playback speed. Oh, here we go. What do you think? Can you see him?
Yeah.
I'm so glad that your titty is going to make it. Daddy Bill is the head of the itty bitty titty committee. I heard that dick cancer is pretty bad. Will you help me check here, Carol?
All right, here's what he said. He said,
I'm so glad that your titty is going to make it.
I'm so glad your titty is going to make it. Daddy Bill is the head of the itty bitty titty committee. I heard the dick cancer is really bad. Will you help me check, Carol? Okay.
I'm so glad that your titty is going to make it. Daddy Bill is the head of the itty bitty titty committee. I heard that dick cancer is pretty bad. Will you help me check here, Carol?
Amazing. It's such a strong presidential message for my mother.
Yep.
About her
Directly
titty.
to her.
Her titty.
I'm so glad that your titty is going to make it. Daddy Bill is the head of the itty bitty titty committee. I heard that dick cancer is pretty bad. Will you help me check here, Carol?
That guy, he's incorrigible, I'll tell you that. Daddy Bill is the head of the itty bitty titty committee. I heard the dick cancer is really pretty bad. Will you help me check, Carol? Yeah, so she showed me a lol. Said, the first one I did was Morgan Freeman talking about her titties. I didn't have the video though, just it was the audio of Morgan Freeman letting her know that he was happy that she wasn't going to lose much of her titty because he was afraid he would have to skip a snack. That was the first one. Oh, and I didn't even see my sisters were on the distro. I didn't even see that at first. I thought it was just the two of us. I was like, yay. They're like, that fucking guy. So yeah,
boy.
She's like, I don't know how you do the things that you do, but thank you. I said, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. Hey, so here's the reality. I haven't said this for a while, but we're all hurtling towards our death at an incredible rate of speed, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. We can't. Somewhere between here and there, we're usually trying to figure out like what's the meaning of all this. Why are we even here? What are we supposed to accomplish? Are we on track? Are we on pace? Am I doing it right? I don't fucking know. But just remember when you get stuck in your head and start thinking about the obvious imminent demise of you as part of the species, Just remember, you got good friends and good people to, what's the word? What did I say? If you surround yourself with like-minded people, life becomes better, it becomes easier, and a lot of that stress goes away. Like-minded people is key. So
Absolutely.
that's what that's truly the purpose of Shelf Help Show. A lot of the times we're just doing therapy for ourselves in front of you.
Yeah, we laugh and joke, but really this is us sorting through our own shit most of the time.
Yeah. It's like, what scares you? You know, what's going on that, you know, would make you lose sleep otherwise, you know? And even though we joke about it, because why not? You should joke about it. Life sucks. As my dad used to say, life sucks. Get a helmet. He told me that all the time. Life sucks. Get a helmet.
Oh, Jesus.
Jordan Peterson. He's like, life is tough. You know, he's like, life is tough. Life will tear you down. It will chew you up and spit you out. And it is ruthless. And it is now what my dad would say, getting old is not for the weak. It's not.
Right. Yeah.
It's tough. But that being said, doesn't mean you have to do it all alone.
Exactly.
I respect. Again, my father to me he's a wise man. You know, he would say, I said, Dad, how are you not panicking knowing that you have cancer and that you have to do chemo and it sucks? And he's like, being an emotional fruitcake about it is not going to change anything. He's like, I can fall apart, but your mom's taking care of that for us. I don't have the time to fall apart. She's doing it. You know, she's like, well, histrionics. He's like, Carol, like, he said, this is what I have to do now. That's how my dad looked at life. He's just like, this is what I have to do right now.
Right.
Sometimes you're faced with things that you don't want. It doesn't matter if you want it. You don't like, it doesn't matter if you like it. Sometimes you just understand that this next thing, even though it's not the thing that you want, is the thing that you need to focus on right now, and just do that. You know, life will tell you what's next. Sometimes you'll be able to tell life what is next. I would say in between the time when life is telling you what is next, then you make the choice when you can. That's our saving grace on this planet. Yeah. Is when you are physically and mentally able to do it, then you decide what you want to do and how you want to do it, because it'll wipe you out from time to time and you won't have a choice. There's no sense to getting upset about it. Sometimes it's just what you have to, sometimes it's just what you have to do right now.
Yeah. There's no return receipt for life.
Right. And hating it or being frustrated by it doesn't change the fact. That doesn't mean you're giving up. It just means maybe save that energy for when it's your turn. You know, it'll be your turn. You'll have a turn again. So yeah, what are you gonna do? Find some music apps that are fun and entertaining. Goof off with your friends.
Read a good book.
Read a good gay, dick to butt porno. Smoke that cigar. Whatever. Fuck. You don't have to inhale every time. Get tied up. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't be afraid of it. Let somebody put nipple clamps on you, cornhole your ass while you're ball gagged in a vulnerable position. I'll do it if you do it. Here's the problem with being with Rebecca. This is the problem. She throws out my lines before I get a chance, and then I'm like, oh no. Because she says my line before I do. She says, look, don't be afraid to try something twice if it doesn't hurt too much the first time. Or if it does hurt a lot, maybe it won't hurt so much the second time. Maybe you have to try it 3 times. And I'm like, are you serious? Did you just say that? And she's like, what? I prefer margaritas before anal, but what? I'm not going to say it doesn't feel great. Like I say, I don't come, I'm like, oh, no, it's just that I love you so much. So incredibly
See,
dangerous. Huh? Repeat.
I go to be like the smart ass. I go to be the smart ass, and Rich beats me to it sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah.
No, that was my, oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
So many times. Telling story. I'm just like, I'm gonna stop agreeing with you because it's gonna seem like I'm stalking you and trying to what's the thing? When it's an emotional abuse tactic when you too much love up front, like you're the greatest. No, you're my favorite. It's not gaslighting. That's obviously when you lie to somebody or you tell them that they're crazy for thinking what they think. But
Right.
I forget what it's called. But because she and I were reading through stuff like that, trying to figure out why we were in the relationships we were. And I was like, I was told I was abusive the whole time. And I said, I'm starting to sort out 5 years later that she's abusive. I'm like, that's insane. And she goes, oh shit, maybe I'm abusive. I'm like, I hope so. I hope so. She goes, no, I think I am. I think I am. Like, I would get mad and like yell at my ex, just walk by and be like, oh yeah, fat boy or whatever. I would mock him relentlessly. I'm like, he didn't work for 6 years. He just sat there, made you do everything. That's just called being angry. I don't think that's called.
Yeah.
I think it's called abuse.
Not abusive.
I think you're just like, yeah, get the fuck out of my house, you piece of shit. You do nothing. I do everything. You can't even parent a fucking child who's screaming in front of you. I got to stop work. I'm like, that's rightfully upset. Like,
yeah,
the fact that you didn't shoot him, like you're doing great. You're ahead of the game.
Right.
Like the lobbying insults.
Arrested.
Right. It's the same person. I said, you're the same person. Like, I think I'm a narcissist. I'm like, narcissists never ask themselves that question.
Right.
Well, maybe I'm a sociopath. Once again, sociopaths don't ask that question. They don't.
No.
You have too many questions. You want a label to describe a working mother of 3 who is financially taking care of everything, bought her house for herself, great credit. I said, you've done everything. And you're like, but I just want to stay home and raise my babies. I'm like, yeah, that's biological imperative. And you beat that. You're okay. I don't think you're insane. I think you're exceptional. You're just a female. I learned that. You're just a woman. There's no such thing as a double standard, guys. Remember that. There's no such thing as a double standard. There's one standard. You, male, be trustworthy, reliable, and trustworthy. Trust. The one thing that will kill a relationship faster than anything is trust. The second would be the withholding of affection. But number 1, trust. Second, withholding of affection because you're mad, that will destroy love. So trust, though. If she doesn't trust you, if you don't do what you say and say what you do, she'll remember every single time that happens. And you can fuck up a few times. But if it becomes a pattern, you will be held to that in that category of, why am I with this person if all I need as a woman is to know that when I am in emotional turmoil, that I can trust that this person will be there for me. And even saying that you're going to take out the goddamn trash to the curb and not doing it breaks trust. All you have to do is like do that for like 4 weeks in a row and then try and blame her for it. And you move out of that category. Now you're a liability and you're not an asset. The double standard doesn't exist. There's one standard. Man, be trustworthy. Women have the hardest time with that because that's the thing that they need the most. Relationships are built on trust. It's not a fucking bumper sticker. It is the thing. Trust also means if you're not, say you don't cheat, then don't cheat. Everything comes down to trust.
Yeah.
Every little.
Yeah. I broke up because of this reason or this reason or this reason. But if you take a hard look at it, it all comes right back down to trust. Every single reason to leave a person comes down to trust at the base of it.
Yep. You'd be like, well, you didn't love me. Like men can come up with it. Like, well, you didn't even want to have sex anymore. Well, she didn't trust you. She don't want to fuck somebody she doesn't trust. Who wants to do that? Think about the vulnerability of that. Men have erections easily. Women, there's a process. And feeling insecure and unsure does not get a woman wet ever.
It negates it. Yeah.
Ever. It's immediately negated. And you might be able to get her some drinks and, you know, kiss her neck and, you know, physiologically work her past that. But you better work well with that, because as soon as she goes back into her mind and remember she doesn't trust you, she's done.
Yeah.
You got to be really good in the sack, and you're gonna have to be very conscientious lover to get past the not trusting part. You literally have to make sure she's like, oh God. If she can't, just get in there.
Or a whole lot of tequila.
Right. Drunk or sensual.
Oh.
Not gonna work out otherwise, because as soon as she remembers, did you take out the trash?
Exactly. Done. Roll over, pull the covers up.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
God, I wish I had learned this stuff earlier in life, but I'm glad I learned it. And the standard for women is women are emotional, and just get over it. Don't take it personally. She's gonna wake up. She might love you that second and want to wake you up with a blowjob, because that's how she feels right then. She's feeling it. And then an hour later, she hates you because you didn't take out the trash. You piece of shit. Fuck you. You fucking lazy piece of shit. And then, you know, halfway through the day, something else pops in her head. She's like, "Oh, baby, do you want to go to dinner?" And you're like, "Oh, niceness is back. I'm getting aroused. I'm gonna get lucky." 3 hours later, the mailman reminded her of something that the neighbor did when she was a kid. She's like, "Oh, he looks like goddamn Scotty, the neighbor boy, who he violated my and my dad never did. Oh, daddy issues." It all comes screaming back. And then you walk in the door. She's like, "Fuck you, piece of shit, trash. This is really all over trash." No, it's not.
Nope.
You're just part of the problem, and you become the fucking lightning rod for all of it.
Yeah.
So there's no double standard. She's woman, like the fucking moon and the tides. It ebbs and flows, and just fucking deal with it. Do your part, and you'll be on the good side forever. Don't do your part, and you will be on the bad side and be responsible or the avenue for all of her frustrations. That's what comes with being a partner. You're gonna be a good energy partner or a negative energy dump. She doesn't mind, because if she'll keep you around for a long time, she'll just negative energy dump into your fucking untrustworthy hole for years.
Yep.
That's fine. I'll use it. I'll use you for that. I'll take it out of me, put it into you, and at least I feel better. Thanks for serving a purpose.
Because I certainly don't trust you.
Why am I always stressed? I come home and then you rant for an hour. I'm fucking freaked out and you're in a good mood. Like, yeah, thanks. I used to have to explain that to Lisa. She's like, "Why are you in a bad mood?" Because I walked in the door and you took all this energy, negative energy, and you put it inside me. And you said, "Here, take it." And then you're like, "Ah." She goes, "I feel better." I'm like, "I don't know what to do with it yet. I'm having to figure out what to do with it. I'm holding on to your shit for you. Where do I put it?" I'm gonna need a minute. Men aren't good with holding on to energies. We have to process it. Or we have like neat boxes in our head. And we go like, process, put it away, put it away, put it away. I want to write a book. DD, capital DD, dominating divorce. Yeah. DDD, dominating daddy. Does it? Don't he? Well, that's 4Ds.
I learned.
There you go. That's okay.
I learned something. I learned something, and I talk it to my group all the time, and I've taught many, and a lot of them quote me now. Missy told me this, and energy in, energy out. When I'm around even one person, let alone multiple people, I'm gonna take in energy from them, and I can't hold it in. So I have to expel it when I leave them. However it is that I do. Some people like journal. I sing sometimes.
Yeah.
Dance. Like however you need to do that. You've got to balance that energy. What good and bad. It's not always a bad energy. Sometimes good energy can override you too.
Yeah.
So energy in, energy out. That is a motto I live by nowadays.
It's so true though.
Yep.
So yeah, and then if you're a partner, that's it. People don't know how to. There's no guidebooks that are like simplistic.
No.
But I don't know. I feel like we just made it simplistic. I can tell you the why behind everything. We can explain evolutionary biology, evolutionary psychology, family units, personality types,
Half the people won't understand and the other half won't care.
Zodiac signs. What's the difference between ignorance and apathy? I don't know, and I don't care.
All right.
That could be the name of the book.
Yep. There you go. Yep, got it.
Ignorance and apathy. Whatever. The partnership guidebook. Ignorance and yeah. The difference between ignorance and apathy. Oh shit, that's good.
Yeah, that is good.
Energy in, energy out. Be trustworthy. Her emotions fluctuate. Deal with it. Just don't be the fucking. If you don't want to be the. What is it? You don't want to take the energy dump all the time. Then be trustworthy and be the person that she needs. She's got. Yep. She'd rather have a chest to put her head on than a fucking.
Bullseye to shoot.
Than a soul to destroy with her negative emotions. You can put them somewhere. She'll protect you if she trusts you and loves you. She will. I noticed that. It's when you break that, then she's like, well, now you're gonna get the wrath of everything.
There, yep. Because you're not good for anything else.
Right. Yeah.
At that point, she doesn't care what else you can do for her because you're not going to do anything.
You got to serve a purpose.
So you might as well take this crap that I got.
Right.
You know?
It's true. That energy exchange is going to happen whether you like it or not. Just men will do it early on because you're getting sex more, or like, you got the dumb brain part where, you guys will put up with each other's blindly shit for quite a while. And then like, man, this is great. My girl is so real. This is where I know men are going to fail. My girl is so real. She loves everything I love. Like, we are like the same. We're like, look, she laughs at my jokes. She likes cigar smoke. She loves watching me play video games. And huge Star Wars fan, like fanatic. She goes to all of them. She blows me while I watch Star Wars. It's amazing. I'm gonna marry her. Well, tell me she likes football. She loves football. Oh my god. She wears a jersey, mini skirt, serves me nachos. My friends are like so jealous. Guys, women can tolerate Star Wars. Women don't love Star Wars. I'm sorry. There are some weirdos out there. But they probably are trans. So
there's some of us that are not going to tolerate it. I hate it. No.
Women generally, there are the anomalies who have daddy issues and they like football because it reminds them of the abuse they got from their dad, which is being ignored. These are
women, like football without daddy issues.
These are women who should go to Al-Anon probably, right? I'm making broad generalizations. Well, let's say the bell curve. Okay, there's a bell curve. Some like it, some don't. Most in the middle don't give a fuck.
I love how I can make you change your statements, though.
Well, I know it's not right.
Like, okay. Well, let's go this way then.
Well, I'm picturing women that I know who like football, and they always have. But I think I think some daddy issues, some abandonment things going on there. I think somebody got their pee-pee touched when daddy was drunk. May not have been from daddy, may have been from one of daddy's friends. But daddy still let her down by not being there to protect her. I'm just saying. Not uncommon. Heard football in the background. I'm not saying you. No.
Okay.
No.
I'm a football fan, but no.
It's possible. But you're a unicorn. You're rare.
Yeah.
I don't like sports. I don't give a fuck. It just never. Becky doesn't like sports. She's an athlete. She's insane that way. But she's like, I don't want to sit. There's life to live. I can't sit around and get drunk and stare at the screen. I'm like, we're good. I don't care. I give zero shits. I might watch a Super Bowl, maybe. Even then, I said, sweetheart, how many times do you ask me if I've seen such and such? She's like, all the time. I'm like, right. How often have I seen whatever you're talking about? She goes, never. I'm like, right. Now, when I was wearing Hawaiian print shirts and New Balance shoes, a la Transplanted Devil, I would have told you that I saw that movie or did that, but the reality is no. I have a life.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about me in sports. Oh, she's calling me right now.
Oh, we gotta go.
All right. Hey, Missy, that thing I say is love one another and love yourself.
Yep, that'd be it.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.